I'm on mute, but I made it. Cool, cool, cool. All right. I am pulling up the game now. Hopefully I'm on public. Hopefully I didn't pull something crazy and I'm on unlisted or something. Hopefully I'm not unlisted. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I am public. Okay, so I'll let some people get in here. Pull up NFL by. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up the score or this game tracker so we can keep an eye on that. And it looks like the game hasn't started yet, so we're good right there. See, we got 2 people here. So let's get this thing streaming. It is 1 o'clock, right? Because I'm seeing that nothing has started yet. So maybe I missed some league-wide announcement that everything's starting because I'm looking at this and it's saying it starts in 30-something minutes. But what you all thinking? We got Jameis today. We got Jameis out here. He's either going to throw for 450 and 3 touchdowns or, 250 and 3 interceptions. Or both. Maybe 450, 4 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. What's going on, Vinny? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Everything's been good. Hopefully, everything's been good with you. Oh, man, I just see news that Jets cornerback Chris Boyd has been shot and is in critical condition. And that's tough. I wonder if it happened. It happened this morning too, man. Hopefully Chris Boyd can pull through. That just popped up on my phone, but that's horrible news right there. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, this picture of Winston is him coming up into the game today. So this time I got this on my phone. Usually have it on my computer, but this way I can keep the stream up. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll switch. All right. So we're playing the slow game here, where we're gonna really start at 105, 106 instead of 1 o'clock. Like I say, every time I come on time for stream, every time I get on here exactly at 1, the game is never started. They always wait forever to get things started. But let me get here at 105. The game's already started. They're like already on the field. And uniforms, I think these uniforms are pretty good. Um, I think the uniforms we wore last week I probably like the best, but these are nice for sure. So Green Bay's gonna kick this ball off here, and let's see where that lands. This is Deonte Banks returning this out to the 35. It is so hilarious that we use Deonte Banks. Our 2 draft busts, Deonte Banks and Jalen Hyatt, have been returning punts this year, or returning kicks this year. So Jameis Winston has a 36 and 51 career record. That is crazy, man. That's crazy. All right. Let's see if I can adjust this. All right. Oh, that takes me out of the picture. Let's move this over. All right, here we are, 1st and 10. Hand off to Tracy. Tracy's got nowhere to go. I thought Tracy could have probably cut that upfield, but pretty much nowhere to go there. Got about a yard, half a yard. It looks like they're going no huddle here. They got, who's 89 out there? I wonder who that is, if that's Hodgins. We'll find out. Here we go. Hand off again to Tracy. Tracy breaks through the initial line, and he's going to get about 2 or 3 yards. So this will make this a 3rd and like 6 coming up. I didn't get a chance to look at the starting lineup wide receivers, so I couldn't tell if 89 is Isaiah Hodgins, but I'm assuming that it's Isaiah Hodgins. I'm watching the stream on my phone. Like I said, YouTube doesn't like when I mention streams, but you know, just think NFL and then like, bite. If you were gonna do something like that. All right, okay, so you're not looking for anything. So I'm a little bit behind. Jameis Winston just completed that pass for a 1st down to Wan'Dale Robinson. Not sure if that's what you're talking about. If I'm a play behind, I'll keep it where I am. If I'm like 3 or 4 plays behind, I have to find another stream. But right there, nice completion from Jameis to Wan'Dale Robinson on that crosshair. And the Giants are here at the 40-yard line. So here we go, 1st and 10. Jameis already looks better than Russell Wilson. Jameis with nice protection dumps it off to Tracy. Tracy tries to break a tackle, picks up about 3.5. They're going to call this a 2nd and what? It'll be a 2nd and long 6. So they're going to call this a 2nd and 6 coming up. I'm like 4 plays behind. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, because we are in the... Yeah, that's unacceptable. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find another stream. Okay. Because I'm looking at the game log right now. So I am like 4 plays behind. Let's see. I'm going to pull that up. That's exactly where I'm headed to, what you just said. But I see that we're in the red zone. Hopefully I can find something before we get in the end zone. Hopefully we get into the end zone. But, yeah, that first stream I found is way too far behind. Let's see. Not getting anything there. I'm just going to have to find another stream. Okay, let's see if I can catch up. Let's see. They got all types of crazy pop-ups coming. All right. So right now I'm just gonna look at Bleacher Reports, and it looks like the Giants scored. So, we'll see how that happened, and I can catch up. But Singletary got into the end zone for a touchdown on a 5-yard carry. Let's look at how that happened. So Jameis hit Hodgins for a 20-yard gain. Singletary rushed for 3. Singletary rushed for 5. The Giants are up. The score right now is 7-0. We didn't miss that kick. Younghoe Koo puts it through. So the Giants go up 7-0 here early on against the Packers. Again, an early score, and Mike Kafka so far, so good. So far, so good for Mike Kafka. His offenses have been putting points on the board really quick. So now you see that's not a Dable thing, or, mostly a Kafka thing is what I'll say. Offense went right down the field. All right, let's see if I can get something up. And these streams today are really behind, because I'm seeing them celebrate the touchdown, and I know that didn't happen. Like that's like way behind. So I'm gonna try another stream, and if I can't get that that other one to catch up, then I'm just going to have to be behind. And, it is going to be what it's going to have to be. But here we are on commercial break on this one, so hopefully this is better. Oh my God, so many pop-ups. Jalen Hyatt is on the field. Yeah, I mean, Slayton's out, so it only makes sense that Hyatt's on the field. I'm telling you, man. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. I'm trying to open this, trying to get this stream to play on my phone, and like I've gotten literally like 30 pop-ups in a row. Usually you tap it twice and it just eventually pops up. And this actually looks like it's on time. So maybe I'll just have to watch this with no sound and just leave it like that. But I'm not surprised. I can't tell you that I'm surprised here that we went right down the field. With Jameis in there and not Russ, I would really say that this offense has looked good all year. Pretty much since Russell Wilson has not been in the game, the offense has looked good. The preseason with Tommy DeVito, the offense looked good. With Russ, the offense looked kind of slow. And I noticed that in the preseason. Now, Russ did hit that big deep ball, but besides him throwing the deep ball in the preseason, the offense didn't look too good. With Dart, it looked amazing. With Jameis, the offense looked good. So everybody looked good in this offense but Russell Wilson going back to the preseason besides one deep ball. So it's not surprising that the offense still looks good. So Mike Kafka is making his case to keep the job, and we'll see how this goes. But for now, he's showing that he can at the very least get this offense humming. Let's look how the defense looks with Mike Kafka out here. Let's see how the defense looks if he's, told Shane Bowen to change how he does this, change how he does that. Let's see if they play with a different energy. We'll see. I just want to get sound on this video. Every time I press the thing, the sound, a pop-up comes up. Okay. So we're just going to hope that this stream that I found stays up. But, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm excited to see how this defense is going to look coming out here, coming out of commercial break. Listen, if I'm still behind, I'm just going to have to roll with the punches. And you all are just going to see my reactions late. I'm sure I'm going to play behind, but you guys get what I'm saying. Because I don't think I'm finding anything sooner than this. So, Giants went right down the field, 9 plays, 60 yards, 419 off the board. This is like the third time that the Giants have gone straight down the field. And here we go. At least special teams is stepping up here, and he's going to get tackled inside the 25. Nice coverage for the first time in weeks. The Giants special team steps up. All right. So Jordan Love and the Packers are coming out. Josh Jacobs, of course, has been struggling to run the ball, but of course he probably is looking to find some success today. Just like every other running back that's a Pro Bowl running back that's been struggling has found their success against the Giants. Golston out there starting. Not sure if Carter's out there, but Golston's getting the start here at edge with Kayvon Thibodeau out, so he's going to have to set that edge. If he doesn't do anything else, he's going to have to set that edge. And there was some movement early, so I'm not sure if that was Dex or the offensive line, but we'll see. And they're going to put that on Dex. So they're going 4 or 5 yards. They're going to call encroachment on Dex. Let's see if they moved or if he just moved by himself. Yeah, it looked like he was just early there. All right, 1st and 5 coming up for the Packers. Jordan Love in the shotgun, bunch wide receivers left. Wide receiver in motion coming left, and he's handing off to Jacobs, and Jacobs is up the middle, and he's got a lot of space, and he picks up the first down. Picks up about 7, maybe 9, actually, on 1st and 5, picks up the first down. And I'm telling you, if he didn't get tackled right there, he probably runs that into the end zone. Probably just runs it into the end zone there. So not a good start there from the Giants run defense, but a nice tackle by whoever that was at linebacker. All right, 1st and 10 coming up again for the Packers. They're at the 37. Brian Burns lined up over the B gap. I think he's lined up over the A gap actually. And the Giants are sending pressure, and Jordan Love is going to try to dump that off, and Brian Burns swats it down. So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Packers. Giants that time looked like they sent 6. Sent 5, okay. Yeah, tried to dump it off to Josh Jacobs. Brian Burns swats it down. 2nd down. So this is going to be the 1st, 2nd, and long situation here for the Giants. Brian Burns lined up over the left tackle. I still don't see Abdul Carter out here. Not sure what that is or what's going on there. And there he is actually. Flanagan Fowles had a shot. Josh Jacobs is down the right sideline on the run. And Flanagan Fowles actually made a really nice beeline to the ball and just barely missed him. And after that, there was no contain. There was no contain on the outside. So let's see what happened there. Yeah, Golston got chipped. And then there was no... the corner on the outside got destroyed in the run game. And Josh Jacobs just picks up like 15 yards. And Mike Kafka is throwing the challenge flag because he thinks that Josh Jacobs steps out of bounds. So he's saying that Jacob steps out of bounds earlier on than we think, but we'll find out. So if they do call it out of bounds, then Jacobs is going to be about what? Jacobs did not step out of bounds. But if he did step out of bounds, they'd be about a yard short of a 1st down, but he kept his feet in. What's going on, Kenneth? Where can you watch the game? I would just look at the chat and just see if you can do that. But like I said, they try not to. YouTube doesn't like when I mention those things on stream, so I would just look at the chat so far. But so far, not the defense looks exactly the same, which is to be expected. Same D coordinator, same people. Missing Thibodeau, missing Newman, and not like Newman was really giving us much anyway. But missing some guys, so continues to look bad. And I just realized now, hopefully you all can hear me, because I have got, my laptop mic is on. So here we go. Hopefully you all can hear me. Testing. Hopefully that sounds better. Because I just realized I had my mic all the way over there, and I was like, if you all were hearing me through that mic, that would have sounded crazy. But yeah, Jacobs, when it comes out of this challenge, Josh Jacobs is 100% in bounds there. There was a sliver of green in between his foot and that sideline, so we're going to lose that challenge for sure. So this is going to have to be a shootout because, again, the defense isn't going to stop anybody. Like, they're just not going to stop anybody. They can't stop the run. They're undisciplined. No one keeps contained. Like, the toss crack every time. No one keeps contained. They keep running the same 2 plays. Inside zone, toss crack. Inside zone, like, over and over again, and these guys have no answer for it, which is crazy to me. It's crazy. Yeah, a lot of people are inconsistent and, not good against pressure against the Giants, but yeah. A lot of quarterbacks have been in that situation, but we just haven't been able to. There we go. Dex getting some pressure right there as Love is going to throw that ball away. Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence broke through that line of scrimmage, and I'll say in a couple of plays so far, Dex has looked a little bit better. He got unblocked that time though, but I would say on a couple of these plays, Dex has looked a little bit more explosive than normal for this year. So we'll see. We'll see. Here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Packers and the shotgun again. Man in motion. Jordan Love dumping this off. And he fumbled the football and it's out of bounds. I guess they're going to call that a drop. Cordell Flott broke up that pass. I think that was Tucker Kraft trying to catch the ball in the flat, and he just got laid out by Cordell Flott, a guy like basically 60, 70 pounds smaller than him. Punched the ball out, put him on the ground, and that's Luke Musgrave, actually. And they call that a fumble and a loss of 2. So they did call that a fumble. So the Giants may have been able to get that ball back, but it went out of bounds. So this will make this the first 3rd and long of the situation. 3rd and 11 at the 50-yard line. Packers in the gun. 3 wide receivers right. Love rolling right. Love makes a guy miss. Love taking a deep shot. Love finds a guy wide open and he drops it. Romeo Doubs dropped the ball wide open for a first down. Like so many players have done against us this year. A bunch of drops we've benefited from. But again, the thing that frustrates me is he was wide open. Wide open. Flott just couldn't cover him going all the way across the field because we missed the sack. Love just sidestepped the sack. And the Packers will punt because they dropped it. So 4th and 11, they're going to punt this off to Olszewski. And Olszewski is going to let this one bounce. He picked it up. And he's been really good this year with like letting it bounce, scooping it up when he wants to. And he scooped it up and just got immediately tackled. But I'm just happy he didn't fumble it. But I think it hit the back of the Packers player. So it may have been a situation where I think those rules are if they touch it first, and if you touch it and fumble it, it doesn't count. I think so, something like that. Linebackers are a liability covering the middle of the field. Yeah, they're a liability covering the field. They're a liability stopping the run. They're just a complete liability. Like, they're just liabilities completely. So the Giants are going to get this ball back with the chance to get another double-digit lead, and we'll see what they do here. Because it seems like we're getting double-digit leads every week. With Brian Daboll, of course, those leads were never safe. So we're going to have to see how this looks. We're going to have to see how this ends up looking. Because we're going to get this ball back. Offense looked pretty good on the first drive. Jameis converted a nice 3rd down, and then another throw over the middle, I think, to Hodgins, which I didn't see. But let me see if I can find that, actually. Not to put it on screen, but just so I can see what happened on that play, because we were having some issues trying to catch up to that stream. There we go. Hodgins. Let's see if I can find a catch. So since Slay is wearing 89, Slay is wearing at 18, Hodgins is wearing 89. So Hodgins was pretty much wide open, caught the ball for a first down on an M route, on a dig, and ran for about an extra 10 yards. Okay. So, yeah, nothing crazy there from Hodgins, but nice to see him back. He should have been here like 6 weeks ago. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. He knows the offense. He gets open. And these guys just spend all this time on these practice squads. wasting away. While the Giants don't have any receivers. All right. So here we go. Jameis under center this time. Can't see the full formation yet. Jameis under center, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Looks like that's Singletary in the backfield. Handoff to Singletary, and Singletary picks up about, 4? It looked like a lot of space there. It looked like a ton of space there, and I can't tell if he could turn that into more, but there's a flag down. So I'm guessing this will go back 10 yards on a holding call. So they called an illegal block in the back and a hold on that play. So it's going to go half the distance to the goal, and we're going to replay. So let's see. They called... I don't know where the illegal block in the back is. Well, here we go. 1st and 17 for the Giants. Tracy, it looks like, is back there. I can't tell which one it is. It looks like it's Singletary, actually. Shotgun, 2 tight ends, or single back, 2 tight ends. The Giants run the ball again. Singletary's going to run for about 4 or 5. The Giants love running the ball on first down. Every single first down, they start the drive off, they run the ball. So we're seeing that that's a Kafka thing for sure. 2nd and 13 coming up after a 4-yard run. Here we go. 2nd and 13. 3 wide receivers bunch right. Wan'Dale motions outside. Jameis hits Theo or Bellinger. Couldn't tell which one. But for about 4 yards there. That's actually Hyatt. It just looked like a route that a tight end would be running. But that's Hyatt picking up 4 right there. So this will make this a 3rd and 9. So 3rd and regular long, but not ridiculously long after that holding penalty. Or that holding and illegal block in the back penalty. But 3rd and 9 coming up. Jameis in the gun. 3 wide receiver set. 1 tight end. Decent protection. Jameis lets it go. And he tries to throw an interception, but he gets dropped. So that's the first one from Jameis. Could have been a pick 6. But Jameis lucks out. So some of these games, again, he has like 3 or 4 dropped interceptions and he puts up amazing stats. And some of these games, they turn to interceptions. But that was a very poor decision and a bad ball from Jameis. And they drop it. It hit 24 right in the chest. Right in the chest, and the Giants will punt. 4th and 9. Jameis tried to get it to him. Tried to get on the ball. And Gillen with another horrible punt. Horrible punt. The Packers will start off at the 37. 46-yarder. I guess it's fine. I'm just so used to seeing... Gillen just has some of the most amazing punts sometimes, and then he just has horrible punts. So when I don't see those amazing punts, I just kind of get annoyed. So here we are, second quarter, first quarter still? Russ is so shell-shocked, yeah. Yeah, Russ is just not, he's just not. I mean, I would rather Winston go out there and do what he's doing and not be completely hampered on offense where we can't do anything. I would rather that than what Russ is doing. I think I said the wrong thing, but you guys get what I'm saying. I would rather Russ not be out there. I'd rather deal with the mistakes than have Russ out there because there's no shot at winning. With Russ at best, we're putting up 6 points. And I don't know why my camera keeps dimming. I don't know why it's doing that. I have no idea. Because I do not have autofocus turned on. So, yeah. Hopefully that stops. But yeah, I much would rather have Jameis out there. Of course, we'd rather have Dart out there because Dart actually puts up a good amount of explosive plays and usually doesn't turn the ball over. He's had some bad fumbles, had that bad interception against the Broncos, but usually is pretty good about protecting the football. And now my stream is muted, so now they're gonna have me click the unmute button, and all the pop-ups are gonna pop up. How did I know? Yep. Let's see. Hopefully I can get out of this before the game comes back on. All right. Crazy work they got going on here. So Jordan Love coming out here. Get on the full screen, man. This is crazy. Okay. They're not going to let me watch it in full screen. But, and I just lost it. But Jordan Love was coming out there the last time I was looking. And I'm just going to have to try to get back to there. Let's see. I may have to switch to my computer or something. But yeah, the depth is crazy. Like the fact that Joe Shane, like there's just no problem. Like no problem. He can come back. He's great. They love him. It's just crazy to me. So Jacobs just rushed for 2 yards here on 3rd and 1, picked up a first down. There's about 4:50 something left in the first quarter. Let me see if I can get this pulled up. Because obviously my phone isn't going to be reliable here. Mute this. All right, and it looks like Dane Belton may have hit. Okay. So it looks like I'm probably going to be like a play behind. And we're going to get this Jacobs 1 yard carry. Okay. Looks like I'm going to play behind. I can deal with that for now. So Josh Jacobs picks up a first down. Okay. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to be a play behind. So folks, bear with me. But it looks like we're going to get a 17-yard carry and a 10-yard holding penalty. And now I'll just lock my phone and we'll see. We'll see what happens next. 1st and 10 here. Handoff to the receiver, Melton, and we do a horrible job setting the edge. Deonte Banks tackles him after a 17-yard carry, and that's actually Javon Holland tackles him. So the Packers knocking on the door of Giants territory, knocking on the door of the red zone. That was actually a really nice play design. And there was only one guy over there. Only Andrew Phillips was over, and he just got blown out of the play. And they just pick up an easy 17. All right, when we hit commercial, I'm going to have to go grab some earphones. Let's see. Packers, under center, Julian Love, I formation. Jordan Love, I formation. Throws it and gets a drop here. I think that's Musgrave again. And there should be a flag that goes down here. I think there's a flag down. And then there's a hold. And that is on the right tackle, looks like, left tackle. So they're not replaying it to show who the hold was on. but the Packers went back 10 yards. 1st and 20 coming up. Jordan Love right now is 1 for 4 for -1 yards. Dex almost jumped early. Again, he's lined up over the center. And he's actually getting after the quarterback. I cannot believe it. Dex is actually moving pretty well. Jordan Love takes off for a 3-yard run. Flanagan fouls with the stop. Flanagan fouls is such an upgrade over Darius Muasau because he can actually move. Like, it's crazy that this guy was like our 4th or 5th string linebacker when he's probably the second best linebacker after Bobby Okereke, and definitely the best mover at linebacker, besides, of course, Abdul Carter. But Dex right there had the double team, got off of the double team, ran down Jordan Love, barely missed that sack. But that's the Dex that I want to see on a snap in, snap out basis. I'd love to do a film breakdown of Dex this week where I just show him coming back to being a player that he is. So I can't tell what happened there. If they're saying Jordan Love is banged up, he's coming out of the game. 2nd and 16 coming up. So I'm not sure who they'll put in there. They're putting Jordan Love in the tent. So I'm not sure if that's a concussion or a shoulder issue. But Malik Willis in the game, I think 2nd and 16. And it looks like the Packers are calling a timeout. And a lot of people like watching the games on mute. I have no issue with that. My thing is, like, you can never tell what's going on as far as, like, is the penalty on this person? Is, what's going on? So, looks like the Packers took a timeout. Let's see. Let's pull up StreamYard. They said it's his shoulder. Okay. Yeah, that's what it looked like. He landed on the shoulder, but we'll see. We'll see what that is. I'm still not confident in our defense to do much of anything, even if Malik Willis is out there, because they can't stop the run. If you can't do that, it doesn't really matter what you got. So Love coming out of the tent. Now you're going back in the tent. They're showing that penalty, that play again. Love got hit right in the shoulder with the helmet. And that is the right shoulder, so that's not good. 2nd and 16. 2nd and 16. Man in motion here. Malik Willis hands this off, and they get an easy, 9 yards on 2nd and 16 on the run. And this is what I'm saying. If you can't stop the run, it doesn't matter if Malik Willis is out there. It doesn't matter who's out there. You're not going to play winning football as a defense if you cannot stop the run. So this is going to be a 3rd and 6 coming up. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Packers. Malik Willis still in the game. And it looks like he is 5 wide by himself. Let's see. Another handoff. Malik Willis is actually going to keep this on the quarterback keeper. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he just runs the option, keeps it, and picks up a 1st down easily. And again, if you cannot stop the run, if you consistently are undisciplined, it doesn't matter who's in the game. Abdul Carter played that as bad as you could possibly play it. As bad as you could possibly play it. So they pick up double-digit yards there. And now Jordan Love is doing some more running. It looks like he's going to the locker room, so we'll see what happens there. Malik Willis under center again. More motion. You know this is going to be another handoff. Jacobs cutting back. Jacobs spinning off. Jacobs falling forward. Jacobs has 4.5, 5 yards here on 1st down. Is this 2nd and goal yet, or are we at the line? We'll see. So 2nd down coming, 2nd and 4 here in the deep red zone. And the Packers have not thrown a pass since Malik Willis has been in the game. And they've gotten 20-something yards. 20, maybe even more. Maybe 30-something yards. Since Malik Willis has been in the game, they have not thrown the ball. 2nd and 4 coming up. Malik Willis looks like he's still in the huddle there. Looks like he is, under center? Okay. Malik Willis under center. Let's see. You got one tight end and a tackle as a backup tight end, 2 wide receivers. Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Malik Willis keeps. Malik Willis hits a wide open Luke. Is that Fitzpatrick? I don't know who that is, but a wide open tight end here in the flat picks up a first down. And this is like the coaching advantage that you get when you get a good coach, is like Malik Willis has not had to really flex any of his muscles. He's chilling. He's relaxed, and they're just going right down the field. Nice play action. Malik Willis rolls left and just easy to the flat. Picks up that first down. So now they're 1st and goal at the 5. Christian Watson in motion. And there's a timeout that comes in. Oh, that's actually the end of the first quarter. So, yeah, I mean, this defense is pitiful. Like, the fact that these folks, like, the fact that we have all these guys out here, and, like, the fact that we have all these guys out here is just crazy. Like, no Thibodeau should, like, who cares if Thibodeau isn't there? You got Carter out there. You got Burns. You got Dex. You got all of these, and you just cannot get it done. Just cannot get it done. Carter crashes inside, gives up that 3rd down, and you got these guys that can't cover these tight ends in the flat for even a second or two. Can't stop the run. Dex getting duoed down the field. Really unfortunate. So we're going to start the second quarter soon. 7-zip Giants. Packers are at the 4-yard line. 5-yard line still. But yeah, that's something I do notice too, Carmelo. Every time Jameis runs, every time he throws it to the left, it's like he just can't see. It's like he just can't see whatever's going on. And then here I am out of focus again. What's going on? Why is autofocus isn't even on? Like, autofocus isn't even on. What's going on? And then it just like does like the weirdest thing in autofocus. It's like, I'm not even moving around, so why would you need to change the focus? But yeah, if I'm the Packers and Love is out, I'm still relaxed because Malik Willis and this run game is just going to just run the ball all day. Quarterback option, RPO, dump it off to tight ends, dump it off to running backs, and they're just going to run the ball all day long. The Packers are already at what? Let's see. They've had a number of big runs already. They got to be at a decent amount of rush yards already. They're already at 88 rushing yards in the first quarter. 88 yards rushing in the first quarter is ridiculous. And it's like these guys, this guy Shane Bowen got to keep his job. 88 yards in the first quarter. This defense, mind you, was supposed to be the strength of the team. Okay, let's see. Should be coming out of commercial soon. All right, not yet. Okay, looks like we're back. The Packers are 3rd and goal here at the 2. It looks like they skipped a play and they just didn't show us a play. But 3rd and goal at the 2 here from Malik Willis, and the Packers throws it, and it is caught for a touchdown. And it looked like it almost got intercepted, but Christian Watson with the strong hands catches it while being covered by Deonte Banks. What else is new? Banks is always there and just never is able to break these things up. Malik Willis gets hit as he throws. Dane Belton misses the tip. Flanagan fouls, misses the tip. And Banks is just, again, a day late and a dollar short. Just not able to break up that pass. Good defense, but, because of Deonte Banks, it doesn't matter. It doesn't drop it. So, Jordan Love comes out of the game. Malik Willis takes him right down the field. Easy touchdown. Mostly because they couldn't stop the run. So the Packers are looking to tie this up with this extra point. And he missed it. Finally, somebody else misses an extra point. I mean, it seems it's about time. It's about time something like this happened. So 13:54 left in the second quarter. 7-6 Giants. Packers missed the extra point. Deonte Banks with great defense there in the end zone, but just could not get the ball out. Just could not get the ball out from that receiver. And it just always happens. And we're going to go back to commercial. It was like they wanted to get their commercials off before whatever happened. But it's like they were not at 3rd and goal. It was like they had to jump back to the game. And they had to jump back into the game because they missed the play. And then they were like, let's go right back to commercial. Deonte Banks has to lead the league in almost pass breakups. Like, since he's gotten into the league, he probably has to have like 25 of those. So, yeah, so far, like I said, we've given up 88 rushing yards, 5 passing yards, right? So all of these yards have been on the ground pretty much. 5 passing yards are the 2. The dump off by Malik Willis to the flat, which was 4 yards. And then the pass in the red zone by Malik Willis. And then after that, I think Jordan Love only had he had negative passing yards. So besides that, they've only run the ball. They've completed 3 passes? It's crazy work, man. Crazy stuff. Josh Jacobs, 7 carries, 40 yards, 5.7 a carry. The cornerback, actually, they have him listed as a cornerback. Melton, 1 carry for 17 yards on that end around. Malik Willis, 1 carry for 16 yards. Brooks, 1 carry, 8 yards. They have not been stopping the run. They have not been stopping the run today. And that's the number one thing. That's the number one thing that's slowing us down. Stopping the run. So we are coming out of commercial break finally, after seeing that touchdown catch literally 40 times in a row. We didn't get to see our touchdown 5, 6, 7, 8 times in a row. But, it is what it is. Still up 7-6 because of the missed extra point. So hopefully we get them to start playing some weird math games and they start doing stupid stuff. But it looks like they're going to hold this. And Josh Jacobs is now going into the locker room. But it doesn't matter who's playing running back against us. They're always going to be able to run the ball. And they're going to kick this deep. Deonte Banks is going to field this again. Banks is going to try to spin and just gets clocked. And he's going to go down at the 22, 23. And the Packers defender that hit him is in a lot of pain. or the Packers special teamer that hit him is in a lot of pain. And it looked like Deonte Banks should be the one that was in pain the way he got his back hit like that and he tried to spin. But Packers linebacker is still down, not sure what happened. It looked like he's grabbing his shoulder or his collarbone. But looks like he's in a lot of pain. Jameis Winston getting loose on the sideline. It's just crazy that we're probably going to lose this game. And we got Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love out. So, like, let's see if we can get a coaching advantage and say, like, oh, we got 2 players out that are starters on their offense. Literally, probably, one of the 2 more. The quarterback, of course, is the most important. Running back is important, but maybe we get to see some type of a coaching advantage. Of, like, maybe we can take advantage of these holes. Of them having their starting quarterback and Pro Bowl running back out. Because their backup running back right now has 1 carry for 8 yards. So not a good start stopping him either. Checking out some other highlights here. Josh Allen did a lot of running around. Threw a dime in the back of the end zone. I'm starting to notice now that Bills fans literally hate all of their offensive coordinators. They hate all of them. Like, they hate all of their offensive coordinators. They hated Dable. They hate Joe Brady. They hated the other guy that got fired for Joe Brady. They hate all of these guys, and it's just hilarious to me because they're averaging 28 points a game. They're consistently averaging in the high 20s per game. And they just keep going through these guys. And they're showing the Dable graphics of how he blew the leads of 10 points 4 times this year. Probably would have done it 4 more times if they let him. 1st and 10 coming up. Jameis in the pistol, hands off to Tracy. Tracy runs into a guy behind the line, and now he's just fighting to get a half a yard. Embarrassing. Show some type of like heart, like to allow that type of penetration on the run every single time. Show some heart there. Here we go. Jameis in the gun. 2 wide receivers left. Wan'Dale in the motion right. Another handoff. Play action here, actually. Throws it short to Wan'Dale. Wan'Dale picks up about 6 here. This is going to make this a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 2 and really long. Or a 3rd and 3, my bad. So Giants here on a manageable 3rd and short situation. Let's see what Kafka's going to have cooked up here. Tracy Jr. goes out at wide receiver. Wan'Dale's wide receiver in the back. Wan'Dale is open for 1st down. So Kafka, and he dropped it. What? What are they doing? Why are they calling that? He caught the ball. He caught the ball. He caught that ball and he turned. So that should be a 1st down. They're saying since Wan'Dale caught the ball, turned around, and then he swatted it out, that should be a fumble, but past the 1st down and out of bounds. So that's not a drop. Like, he caught it, he turned, took a step, and then he got punched out. And we're going to punt. Okay. It is what it is. So Gillen will punt this on a line drive. Horrible punt. Right down the middle. And the Packers are going to start across the 40, and you got a flag down. So hopefully we get bailed out with that flag. That was a catch and fumble for sure. Catch and fumble for sure. So yeah, we're gonna get bailed out here on a 10-yard penalty, I think, holding. So they're gonna start on the 30 something instead of the 40 something. That was 100% a catch and fumble by Wandale. I mean, I don't understand how they view that any way differently, because you catch the ball and you turn, like it's clearly a fumble. I guarantee you, if they would have picked that up, like that would have been a fumble. And Jordan Love is back out there, so Malik Willis is going to stay on the bench, which I'm actually excited about because the quarterback runs are not going to be good with Malik Willis. It's just not. I would much rather Jordan Love, even though Jordan Love is a much better quarterback and can tear us apart throwing it. I'm just better. I just feel like we're better equipped to stop them throwing the ball than to stop Malik Willis with what they were doing with him. Because especially after his shoulder's banged up, they're not going to run a bunch of Jordan Love run plays. And Josh Jacob is they're saying it's looking like Jacobs isn't going to come back in the game, but again, that doesn't mean anything because the Giants can't stop anybody running the ball. They can't stop me running the ball. So I'm going to go grab some earphones so I can start to hear this stream live. Let's see. All right, so um, that that should have 100% been a catch and fumble, but Kafka just got some bad information, and here we are. We're gonna have the Packers offense out there with Jordan Love. They're gonna start it around at 33, 31. Luckily on a holding penalty because that should have been down at the 41 if there was no penalty. That's just kind of a dumb penalty by them. All right, let's see if I can get some audio. Of course, the audio's gone again. All right. So what you all thinking so far? To me, it looks exactly the same. It looks like Dable's out there coaching. It's one game, one quarter pretty much. But so far, it looks like Dable's, still the coach. Can't really tell anything differently. The first drive, they look great. Since then, there's just been a bunch of mistakes at all the worst times. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Packers. Jay Love is fading away, and Dobbs drops the ball again. Dobbs, for first down conversions, just drops it. He's had 2 first down conversions in his hands, and he just dropped both. 1-on-1 against Fly, gets open and just drops the ball. And that's 2 drops for him now, so yeah, we'll see what happens here on 3rd down, 3rd and 6 coming up. So kind of long, but tight end is going to motion out to wide receiver, 1-on-1 against Flott. Love making a call at the line. Jordan Love, decisive, throws it in there to Christian Watson, who Deonte Banks, of course, is all over again. And and he catches it still. Oh, that was actually Dane Belton who was right there. But yeah, these guys are, they're making these catches a little difficult, but easy stuff. So here we are, Packers. Easy, quick first down. Here we are, starting off at the 31 now. Under the gun, under the center. Jordan Love, play action. Jordan Love stepping up. Jordan Love buying time. Finds a guy wide open. I mean, wide open downfield. And catches it for about 30 yards and goes out of bounds. 24 yards, exactly. That's what they're going to call it. But Love runs a play action. And the pass rush to me is just a joke at this point. The last two games, they just have not been able to get the quarterback on the ground. Here we are. Love still under center. Handing it off here to Wilson, and he's going to get a yard. They're going to actually give him 2 yards right there. So 2nd and 8 coming up. Abdul Carter, they're talking about how he still doesn't have a sack. Like I said, I think this is more of a mental thing. I think he just kind of tenses up when he's around the quarterback because he wants that first sack, and it's just been way too long. The amount of pressure that he's gotten this year, he should have more sacks, but it is what it is. He's just got to get it, and I think it'll be a lot easier. Quick throw by Jay Love, and Cordell Flott is all over it. Swats that away from Dontavian Wicks. So Giants with another 3rd and long situation coming up. And that actually didn't get swatted by Cordell Flott. It actually just kind of got dropped by Dontavian Wicks. Would have been a tough catch, though. So Giants lining up Carter on one side, Burns on another side. Burns over right tackle, Carter over left tackle. And looks like they're playing cover 3 here. Jordan Love hits a guy on the crosser. And, I mean, just a piss poor effort by Corey Black cannot stop this guy stretching it across the first down. And they pick up the first down on 3rd and long. Not surprised. They've done it all game long. All game long, have picked up these 3rd downs. An announcer saying that they haven't even had to use a silent count. I mean, exactly. The Giants stadium hasn't been a tough place to play for years. For years, it's never been a tough place to play. To be honest with you, at least MetLife hasn't. But it's been even worse, in the last 8 years. And now Corey Black is still down. Bucks and Bills game is looking like it's pretty good. Bucks just went up 17-14. All right. Corey Black still down. He's banging on the turf. Looks like he's got some kind of tweak, and he's going to limp off the field. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Drew Brees. It's like I've never seen this guy announce a game before. So is this his first week doing it? Is this his first week being an announcer? Because I've never seen Drew Brees do a game before. All this time, it's been Drew Brees on it. I can't say I've seen Drew Brees being an announcer before. I guess Drew Brees replaced Mark Sanchez. Wow, yeah, he had to. Okay, 1st and 10. Bobby Okereke, middle linebacker. Flanagan Fowles next to him. Nickel defense. Packers in the gun. Hand off to the running back. He splits, between three people. Picks up 2 yards, but should have gone down for a loss. That time, Carter played the run really well. 2nd and 8 coming up. Yeah, he called a couple games. Yeah, I'm thinking he took over for Mark Sanchez because Sanchez got arrested and fired, so he had to take over. 2nd and 8. Play action. Love is gonna have a guy wide open, and Dobbs that time doesn't drop the ball. Picks up 15. Packers in the red zone. This is too easy. Way too easy. Jordan Love had the chance to pick up a first down to one guy, to Christian Watson. Didn't throw it, and I'm like, okay, he did something stupid, but he had another guy more wide open. And Dobbs gets his first catch of the game. Here we go. Jordan Love back under center. Another handoff here. And there's no resistance. He runs pretty much untouched. And when I say untouched, I mean like 5 people's hands touched him. Emmanuel Wilson runs it right down the middle of the Giants defense for a touchdown, excuse me. And the Packers have now put up 12. We'll see if they go for 2. Let's see. Dex gets doubled, sealed off completely. Oh, that wasn't Dex. Yeah, Dex got sealed off. Okereke is literally on the back of Dexter Lawrence. Okereke is literally on the back of Dexter Lawrence getting blocked because he's just leaning on Dexter. And this is what I'm saying. These linebackers stink. The Giants have to have the worst linebacking core in football. Okereke was literally on Dex's back. Like he was standing behind Dex, pushing him as the guys just running by him. It's just unbelievable. I just haven't seen linebacker play this bad. I just didn't think it was possible. And the Giants have had some very bad linebackers. And they're gonna call. Let's see. And they're talking about Deonte Banks and how they're talking about the effort from Deonte Banks. What I want to talk about is the fact that you got your linebackers just standing there. I'm looking at the play right now on my phone. Your linebackers are just standing there. Like they just got washed off. Shouldn't logic tell you that if Dex is getting doubled right here, maybe you should try to get around that double team? Like maybe you should try to get Dex, he's got that part occupied. They're not going to run directly into the 340-pound man getting blocked by 2 300-pound men. So maybe you should find the open hole right there and meet the running back there. But Jordan Love on that drive, no pressure. Just kind of got to sit back there, find open guys, was able to get the run game going on the play action, was able to find wide open guys. Ridiculous stuff. They went 84 yards in 10 plays, 4 minutes. Deonte Banks brings it out of the end zone. Deonte Banks up the middle, takes it across the 30 to the 32. I'm laughing because on that play that Jameis Winston had Wan'Dale Robinson on that first down, Jalen Hyatt was running wide open behind the defense. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay. So the Giants have gotten 8 yards since that first drive. And here they go. They started off with another run. You can't run the ball every single first down. You can't run the ball every first down, Kafka. Every single first down, we run the ball. So 2nd and 7 coming up. Jameis Winston 5 for 8, 54 yards. Under center. Another handoff to Tracy, and we're going to lose yards. And I'm just so confused. And you got a Packer on the ground that is hurt. So 2 straight runs. I mean, have you even tried to go back to throwing the ball? Is it that you saw Jameis almost throw that pick and you just gave up? One thing about Hafley, though, is that he's in the booth. So, do you want to hire a guy as defensive coordinator, be the head coach, if he's always in the booth? Can he be as efficient as a defensive guy? Because a lot of defensive coaches call plays, but they do it on the sideline. So, can he do that from the sideline? Because as a head coach, he's obviously not going to be in the booth. Let's see if I can get this. All right, handoff again to Tracy, and that's gone backwards. Okay, so stream went out. I'll tell you all what happened on Bleacher Report. And it looks like I'm a couple plays behind. But Giants went back 5 yards. Tracy got hit by Winston on a 20-yard throw. And they got back in the first down and they ran the ball again. So here on second and 5, the Giants picked up a first down with Isaiah Hodgins. This is crazy, man. Crazy first how far behind I was. And second, just crazy that how difficult it is to watch these games. And you pay for the games and then you stream and they won't let you watch it because you're streaming. All right, let's see. Now they want me to turn my ad blocker off. If I'm not mistaken, it looked like we were making some moves right there. So, yeah, looks like I'm still a couple plays behind, but, looks like it's doable. As soon as I can get rid of all these ads. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. But, yeah, like I said, from what I saw, the Giants were able to move the ball pretty well so far. It seems like every time my stream goes out, Jameis starts completing passes. It looks like I'm going to have to pull up Bleacher Report in the meantime, which is ahead of what I'm watching. But yeah, Hodgins makes another 4-yard pass here on 2nd and 5. So you got a 3rd and 1 coming up, and they are at the Green Bay 20 something. Winston on 3rd and 1 rushes for 10 yards, and the Giants are in the red zone. And here they are, like, just wasting time. We're going to have to move sites. It's crazy stuff, man. Okay, so it looks like I'm about to play behind now. Here, 3rd and 1. And this is where Jameis is going to run for the first down. So looks like I'm going to play behind here, so I'll stop it here. Jameis hit Hodgins there for about 4 yards on 3rd and 5. Hodgins already making his impact. It's crazy, man. Again, we just left this guy alone. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Jameis is under center. And they literally sneaked this forward for 10 yards. They literally snuck it for 10 yards. Jameis just picked up a 10-yard quarterback sneak. It's really hilarious that, I mean, when you have a taller quarterback, it's a lot easier to run a sneak. 1st and 10 here, under center again. Jameis is going to hand off to Singletary. Singletary is going to get 1.5. The Giants run the ball on every single first down. When are you going to do something different? Like, when are we going to do something different on first down? Like, can we do something that is just different than just running the ball every single first down? Is that necessary? It's crazy they didn't sign Hodgins five. Exactly. Why didn't they sign Hodgins 5-6 weeks ago? When Malik Neighbors went down, they should have immediately signed Hodgins. That probably gets us an extra win or two. But bad management of this team by Joe Schoen, who's still here, is going to allow him to have a higher draft pick, take another player who's a no-brainer, and they're going to say, oh, look at the young nucleus that we have a top 5 pick almost every year. Top 6, 7 pick almost every year. Evan Neal, Kayvon Thibodeau, right? Deonte Banks was in the 20s because we had that good year. Then after that, Malik Neighbors. Then after that, Abdul Carter. Why would these players not be good if they're in the top 6, 7 picks? And Neal wasn't good, but you all get what I'm saying. Like, you should have a good young nucleus if you have top 5, top 8 picks every single year. Besides one. And then when you had your pick in the 20s, it didn't work. And then when you picked Jackson Dart in the 20s, Dable wanted to pick him. You made it clear you didn't like Jackson Dart. So it's like, I'm very confused about why they said, like, oh, they've got a great young nucleus. But I didn't get to make a video about it, but they're apparently saying that Joe Schoen is still being evaluated. Yeah, it's like it's like them saying, like, oh, Caleb Williams is playing good. The Bears general manager does it again. He snuck off with Caleb Williams. It's like he was the number 1 pick for a reason. Yeah, Carter is he's been on a couple of these play fakes, these zone reads a couple of times, but he got to tighten it up, man. He's got to tighten that up because that is that's a problem right now. The run game is an issue. All right, 2 minutes left in the first half. The Packers are going to get this ball with 2 minutes left on the clock, and I think 3 timeouts. Or no, I'm tripping. We still haven't scored yet. I'll fast forward it. Okay. Jameis getting this ball under center. Decent. Oh, my gosh. There we go. Got a flag. So Jameis tried to hit Theo in the end zone. The Packers linebacker never turned around, interfered with Theo Johnson in the end zone, and that's going to put it at the 1. And best believe they're going to throw another. Now they're saying there's no foul. Okay. So there is a foul. So the ball getting placed at the 1 yard line. Yeah. So the Giants are basically going to run a quarterback sneak for sure. Giants are going to run a quarterback sneak for sure. Either that or hand off to Singletary, who nobody started this week. Elijah Chapman is in at fullback. Why are they running? Oh my gosh, why are you going sideways on the 1 yard line? So Elijah Chapman at fullback, all this talking he's done about being fullback, and he just throws the weakest block. All right, here we go. Giants still here. Go back a yard. 2nd and goal. They've got 3 backs behind Jameis Winston. Handoff to Singletary, who gets it in the end zone again. 2 touchdowns for Devin Singletary, who, like I said, nobody started this week in fantasy. I think I picked him up, and I think I set him down like I have him on my bench. The Giants have never not scored. The Giants used to run that play with Gary Brightwell and Joe Judge. They used to run that play with Gary Brightwell. And Younghoe Koo makes the extra point. Almost missed it, but made the extra point there. And there's like 26 whistles, but I don't see a flag. So Giants back up 14-13. And look at me not updating the scores at all. 14-13. All right. Did the Packers miss an extra point? Yeah. Yeah, they missed the extra point. Let's see. What? So we're going to have to kick a 48-yarder now because someone there had a 15-yard penalty. The Giants special teams is nuts, man. You better not miss this 48-yarder. And he misses it. He got blocked, it looked like. I can't believe. This team is filled with players that are the fact that we were even lining up for a 48-yard extra point is ridiculous. Like, so it's 13-13 right now. The Packers are going to get this. We got the ball first, so if the Packers put anything on the board, they're going to get a chance to double dip. But 1:11 left, 2 timeouts. Jordan Love should be able to get them in field goal range because everybody has been able to get them in field goal range. Let's see. When Younghoe hit that ball, it looked like he kicked it left. I don't think they're talking about the wind, but it looked like he kicked it left. All right. And the Packers are going to start here on the, 26? I don't know why this Packers returner didn't just let that ball run out of bounds, but I'll take it. So 105, 2 timeouts for the Packers. All right. J Love so far, 5 for 10, 65 yards. Not really crazy days from either quarterback so far. The wind is going crazy. Christian Watson in motion. Abdul Carter with a hellacious. Oh my gosh. Abdul Carter. I mean, he timed the snap perfectly. He timed that snap perfectly and barely had a chance to do anything. Here we go. 45 seconds left. Dex. Here we go. Deonte Banks actually swats away the ball. Dex completely collapsed the pocket right there. That's the Dexter Lawrence that we know and love, man. That's the Dexter Lawrence we know and love. So it takes Kayvon Thibodeaux to go out for Dexter Lawrence to come back. And now I see a spoiler, so we'll see what happens. We'll see. Now I see a spoiler. So I won't spoil it for the folks who haven't seen it yet, because I know some other people are watching on streams too. But we'll see. Or maybe the chat already spoiled it, but we'll see. I want to do it live. 13-13 right now. 38 seconds left. 2nd and 10 coming up. Second and 10 coming up. Packers got the ball at their 39. Man in motion there. Jordan Love drops the ball. Jordan Love throws it. Jordan Love, they fumbled the ball. The tight end fumbled it again. And the Giants got the ball. So 2 fumbles on one play. Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles forced the fumble. And now the Giants have 30 seconds to get in the field goal range for Koo, which I wouldn't care about. And who knows? Who knows what they'll do. But at least the Packers don't have a chance to score. So they miss a drop snap from Jordan Love. Love picks it up, completes a pass. The Packers tight end fumbles it. Flannigan-Fowles recovers it. The funny thing is that's the exact same play, if not even more of a catch and fumble Wan'Dale Robinson was. But that play is exactly what happened with Wan'Dale. They're saying that he didn't maintain. So apparently they overturned this too. Apparently it got overturned. And they're saying that that was not a fumble. That was a clear fumble. That is hilarious that they're not calling it. That is like honestly hilarious. He caught that ball turned, made another step, fell down, and dropped the ball. Like, that is as clear a catch and fumble as you can call. Hey, the call came in from upstairs. Because there's no way that you can say that that is not a catch and fumble. There's no way. Like, there's just no way. So here on 3rd and 10, the Giants still have the opportunity to get off the ball, get off the field. But that's ridiculous that they're going to call that a drop. Really? Like, come on. All right, Abdul Carter coming after Jordan Love. Jordan Love is going to get sacked, and that is Brian Burns. And the Giants take their timeout. Brian Burns with his 12th sack of the season. Abdul Carter has been timing the snap perfectly, like every single play. Yeah, we really need an investigation for these refs, because that was ridiculous. And of course, the Giants are going to get this and nail it out, and we're going to go in the half. So we are in the half. I just got the notification. 13-13 game at the half. I'd like to see that cut block too, to see if that was even a foul, because I got my stream cut off then. But that call is just the reasons why, like, a lot of people continue to believe that these games are fixed. A lot of people really believe that. And, like, you can't get too mad at them, because there's no way that you can say that makes sense. The guy caught the ball, turned, took a step, fell down, and then before he could hit the ground, dropped the ball. Like, that's nuts, man. So looking at Jameis Winston's pass chart so far, he's 1 for 1 over the middle for 20 yards. He is 1 for 1 right side for 20 yards. He's 1 for 3 under 10 yards for 8 yards. If you guys get what I'm saying. Like, and within 10 yards down the field, he's 1 for 3 to the left. He's 1 for 1 over the middle. He's 2 for 3 right. And he's 1 for 1 dumping the ball off behind the line of scrimmage for 20 yards. So I'm guessing that was a screen to Tyrone Tracy. So yeah, he's done most of his work over the middle of the field and to the right of the field as far as throwing the ball, like making reads. And on the left side, he's 2 for 4? 2 for 4 with a screenplay for 20 yards and then a couple of, just short passes. But, man, we really should have gotten that and had a chance to kick the field goal. Not to say that Younghoe Koo would have made it, because, like, we literally have, like, some of the worst kicking in the NFL. We signed some like, free agent rookie, I think, that should get us an opportunity next week. Hopefully he's good, but these guys have been so unreliable at kicker. So unreliable. Oh, I just missed. We got a whole raid in here. I wasn't even looking at the chat. Shout out to Grossy. Shout out to Grossy. Yeah, this is actually a Packers Giants game. So appreciate all y'all for dropping in. But this is going to be a really important. This is going to be a really important second half. This is going to be a really important second half because the difference between what we've been getting with Dable and Kafka is going to have to show itself, because there's no way that you can put up these 13 points this first half and just disappear in the second half. Because what we've been seeing, the Giants are even coming out, putting up 13 in the second half, putting up 13 in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter just disappearing. But I think this is the second time, Grossi, okay. Second time, and I mispronounced it. Sorry about that. The second time I've gotten a raid there. So appreciate him. But man, this is crazy. The fact that we're still seeing the same things as far as these bad issues from the kickers. These like horrible problems that we have with the kicking game. The blocks in the back, the holds, there was something that happened. I'm not worried about the Jameis almost pick, but there was something that happened that was just so Dable-esque. And it's like the cut block where we have to kick that extra point from 48 yards. It's like, how many times are we going to be in a situation where we're hurting ourselves like that? When Scatterboo coming back next year. Scatterboo's back next year. I'm the most nonchalant. I mean, I'm telling you, what happens is that the Giants put me to sleep. Like the Giants literally, you can see like the people that are in here normally, the Giants put me to sleep. When the Giants started off the year and they like looked like they might do something, but after a while, man, this team just beats you up. How they got bailed out. That was a horrible call. Horrible call. He literally, again, he caught the ball, turned, fumbled, and they're calling that an incomplete pass. If this guy would have caught the ball, turned, and he would have like hit the end zone when he turned, they would have called that a touchdown. They would have called that a touchdown if he would have caught the ball, turned. That would have been an easy touchdown. So, you know, and it's not even that I think like the refs are like against the Giants in this situation. I just think the refs are horrible this year. They've gotten some really, really bad calls this year. Just like the Wan'Dale call. It's like he catches it, turns, takes multiple steps, fumbles it, and they call that an incomplete pass. So at least that's consistent. They just come up with their own definition for what an incomplete pass is, and they just push it through regardless. Yeah, I really think the refs like have bets on these. Like no joke. Either the refs have bets on these games, or they're being paid by people to watch these games. Like, or not to watch. They're getting paid by people to fix these games, and like not fix the outcome of the game, but like fix whatever they're fixing, like over-unders on yards or something like that. Maybe they have the under on Musgrave's yards, or the under on Wan'Dale Robinson's yard. You never know. Never know. And right now, the announcers are disappointed in the Packers. Announcers are disappointed in the Packers right now because the Packers did look like the best team in football. Refs are just so corrupt, I quit betting on sports. I read that. But yeah, man, like these games, man, they just beat me up. I just can't wait until we get Dart back, until we get Scatterboo back, until we get Neighbors back, because like I'm just always just waiting for it to just go wrong. I'm always just waiting for just like something ridiculous to happen. And then when something good happens, like we score a touchdown, we cut block a guy and we're kicking a 50 pretty much a 50-yard extra point. And like we can't even Jameis Winston right. Like we got 13 points in the first half, 86 yards. That's not a Jameis Winston game. Where's the 200 yards, the 140 yards? We can't even Jameis Winston right. Because there's been a couple of plays today. There's been a couple plays today where we've literally like seen no flag on the field, and after the play happened, there's just all of a sudden a flag somewhere. Isn't that pretty suspicious? Like I said, I really don't even think like some of these games, like that Cowboys game we played earlier this season, it really felt like, and the Eagles game with the tush push, it really felt like the refs were like honestly saying like the Giants cannot win this game. Like they just can't win this game. And we have to make sure they don't. But today it just looks like the refs just are like, they got some unders on Musgrave. They got some unders on Wandale, unders on turnovers, because they've already taken off a couple fumbles off the board. So you just never know. But yeah, the guy's name I was thinking of was Ben Sauls. We just picked him up. He's supposed to have a rocket leg. Don't know how accurate he is, but who cares, man? Like throw him out there, let him see. Let's see what we got. So he used to be on the Steelers. Used to be on the Steelers, 5'9", 182. Let's see if he did anything in the last couple years. Looks like he's never he's never kicked in the league, so I think he probably has some preseason. But he was on the Steelers earlier this offseason. In college, at least, he was their starting place kicker all 12 games. They got him at 5'10", 185. See how that works? They got him in the NFL at 5'9", 182. So 2024, he 21 for 24, 87%. So 44 or 44 extra points. That's good. 6 field goals of 50-plus yardage. And he was 6 for 7 on those field goals over 50. So at least a guy can at least hit the 50-plus yarders. At least he can at least hit the 50-plus yarders, because other than that, I don't have any faith that Gano, when he comes back, or Koo can hit these 50-plus yarders. Like when Koo lined up for a 48, I was like, this is pretty much like a 70-yard field goal for him. Koo just lost all his confidence, has no more confidence since he's hit that slump with the Falcons. Sometimes they go to other teams and they get it back, but I just think he's shot, which is crazy because he was so good. Like he was one of the premier kickers in football and just all of a sudden just lost it. Neighbors is going to be so happy when he gets on the field with Dart. Yeah, I think so. I think once Neighbors gets back, and like I said, once Scatterable gets back, it is going to be, this offense is going to be really good. We're averaging almost 25 points a game with Jackson Dart. And that's without Malik Neighbors. A lot of that was with Cam Scatterable, but that's without Malik Neighbors. And Cam Scatterable, when I had him on my fantasy team, he was putting up not 6'7". Oh man. Basically this team, man, like when we add those two back to this, I think this offense is going to be good no matter who's calling plays. Now, if Kafka breaks off like 6, 7 wins in a row, to wrap up this season, then he'll be the coach next year, and we'll be in the same offense. But if he can't put up, 6, 7 wins rest of this season, then it may be Matt LaFleur, maybe Mike McDaniel at offensive coordinator. Matt LaFleur will probably be our head coach, but could be a couple of guys. Clint Kubiak might be a new guy at offense, but even then, I still think we'll be really effective. Because Dart seems like he's going to be effective, like no matter who's out there calling plays. It seems like Scadaboo's a dog. We know he can play, or he should be able to play, in a 49ers Kyle Shanahan type of offense. So if you got Clint Kubiak out there who wants to run that type of offense, or any of these other West Coast kind of guys, Shanahan tree guys, Kyle Shanahan wanted him on the Niners. So he obviously believes he can play in that system. Who else? And then Malik Neighbors, of course, can play in any system. So I think those are our 3 cogs that make everything run. My only concern is if we go to a Shanahan-style offense where guys have to be mobile at offensive line, we don't have the guys for that. We just don't. Jermaine Illuminor is an excellent pass blocker. Okay run blocker, but he is not someone you want, pulling all the way across the field, pulling in open space. He's just not going to do that. He's just not going to do it. Runyon, not going to do it. JMS, maybe. Andrew Thomas, absolutely he can. Van Roten, he's like 90 years old. They're saying Josh Jacobs out for the rest of the game, but they're like, of course, there hasn't been any resistance in the run game. So it doesn't matter who's playing running back. So the Packers are bringing this out from the end zone, across the 20, across the 30. He's going to go down at the 33.5. You don't want Cliff or Kevin. I'm guessing you're saying Cliff Kingsbury or Kevin Stefanski. All right, 1st and 10 here. Emmanuel Wilson and at running back, of course, for the rest of this game. Here we go. Under center. Play action. Jordan Love. Dex! Oh, my. Somebody get the ball. Dexter Lawrence is taking over this game, man. He's finally playing like the regular Dexter Lawrence. They singled him up on the center, and he just has been destroying this guy all game long. That entire pocket just collapsed. Now, Zach Tom comes out of the game. They give Dex 10 quarterback pressures for the year. Yeah, he's been asleep, man. He's been asleep. 10 quarterback pressures on the year for Dexter Lawrence. This is a guy that put up 10 quarterback pressures in 2 games last year. Or 1 game. He put up like over 10 pressures in 1 game before. Here we go. 2nd and 10. J Love, not under center, but 5 wide. Hitting a guy wide open. Andrew Phillips is going to bring him down and fumbles the ball out of bounds. So this will be like a 2nd and inches type of situation. Or 3rd and inches type of situation. I mean, like, Drew Phillips, none of these cornerbacks are really actually good at covering people besides Cordell Flott. Drew Phillips is decent at tackling, and he makes a lot of splash plays as far as breaking up passes, but as far as covering people, no. So 3rd and 1 for the Packers. J Love back under center. Got the back behind him. Man in motion. Play action, Jordan Love. Jordan Love found another guy wide open. No resistance here. Christian Watson was manned up on, it looks like Deonte Banks. Let's see. Can't tell if it looks like that's Drew Phillips, maybe. That's Cordell Flott, actually. Okay. Deonte Banks was in zone coverage right there, and he just was doing nothing. He was doing nothing. But here we go. Packers back under center, I formation situation. Toss. Wilson picks up 3, 4, 6, 7. You're hoping we keep Kafka as offensive coordinator or head coach? I would be interested to see if the head coach wants to keep him at offensive coordinator, whoever they hire. I'm open to him being the head coach, but of course he's got to win some games. You got to show me you can win games. Right now, not off to a bad start. Tie game right here. But his defense is, they're struggling. And I'm not sure how much he can do to fix that. Jordan Love taking a deep shot. And they throw a flag. You got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. Easy points they're giving up. Like, just look at the ball. You may have been able to even intercept that. Dane Belton just runs into the wide receiver and never looks at the ball. So the Packers are going to get the ball at the 1 yard line. They're going to walk it right in. I remember we used to have a defense where we could get pass interference in the end zone and we force them to kick a field goal. All right, so it looked like they got a yard here on 1st and goal. Something making noise or something. Don't know where that's coming from. All right, here we are. 2nd and goal here. After a horrible penalty there from Dane Belton. Man in motion here. Jordan Love under center. Motion to tight end back right. J Love just drops back. You got a guy that falls down, Javon Holland, and a wide open guy. And then he does the Dexy dance. He's making fun of Dexter Lawrence. What a joke. So Javon Holland just gets picked. So he just got picked by the wide receiver. And now he misses another extra point. So we get lucky, they miss another extra point. Yeah, I think that is the win, actually. Because it looked like that with Koo, where it looked like he just hit it wrong, but that might actually be the win. Like, that might actually be the win there, because now that I look at it, it looked like as soon as he touched that with his foot, it just, like, kind of switched trajectories. So here we are, 13-19, back in the trailing position, as we usually are. We're usually either up by 10 or we're like, okay, the game's over now because they're just gonna give up, whatever lead they need to give up, or we're down right here trying to come back, and we're just trying to not make that last mistake that puts it into a situation where this game looks like a blowout, even though it was close the whole game. And now I'm seeing JJ McCarthy's playing horrible. That's crazy. I thought he was a demon last week. As a Lions fan, go Giants. Yeah, I think we play the Lions next week too. That's the funny thing. But there's just no way, man. There's just no way there. The way that this defense continues to look, it's just disgusting. I'm glad at least Dexter Lawrence woke up in week 11? In week 11, like, finally. Like, in week 11, they finally decided to wake up. See, I might have to turn down my gain. Let me see if I can, somebody's playing music or something. All right, here we go. Deonte Banks returning this kick again, and he's going to take this out to the 26. So the Packers are going to be excited about that. We really live in a society where guys are consistently starting off at the 35-yard line. Packers 3 touchdowns, but it got 19 points on the board because the 2 missed extra points, which is crazy. Here we go. Giants I formation, 2 wide receivers, Hodgins and Robinson. Another handoff here on first down. That has to be a penalty because they slammed down Tracy 5 seconds after the play was over. All right, here we go. 2nd and 7 coming up. 11 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Jameis Winston under center. Theo Johnson gets the block. Tyrone Tracy picks up the first down. Looks like it. I wonder if they're going to screw us. That was clearly a first down. So they gave us a 3rd and 1 there. Okay, sure. Okay, that's a 3rd and 1. So 3rd and 1 coming up. Singletary, Bellinger the fullback. Singletary's of course short after we get a bad call. Sure. Okay. Sure. Like, you get a bad spot and then so the Giants looking like they're going to go for it here on the 40-yard line. It's like you have 1 yard to go. Please just go for it there. Like, no point in not going for it. Jameis Winston's going out to wide receiver. Singletary is going to take this snap. Singletary is not going to pick that up. There's no way he's going to pick it up. They're letting them tush push this way past the first down marker. This is ridiculous. That's like tush push logic. There's no way that he picked that up fair and square, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Like they literally tush pushed. They literally tush pushed the first down pretty much. Just keep going. Because he clearly got stopped. That is hilarious. Because he clearly got stopped. Clearly got stopped. Another run. And Singletary's going to pick up 4.5. 4. Let's see. So here on 2nd and 6, they will not go away from the run. I mean, that's fine, but Second and 6 coming up. And the shotgun. And that was just a horrible throw from Jameis, but Bellinger catches that and goes down 2 yards short of a first down. It's just crazy, like how much better Jackson Dart makes Theo Johnson. That's a catch. They're trying to review that, but that's clearly a catch. That's clearly a catch. And it looks like they're going to throw the flag. I mean, I don't feel like waiting for this result to come back. It's clearly a catch. And he's going to throw it. So, yeah, if this gets overturned, you said the touch push is so oddly ref that they can't even review it anymore. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's what happened against us. Is they was like, we can't review it because it was a fumble, and we said we blew the play day. Like the Giants pretty much figured out how to stop the touch push if they called it legit. It's just like when they try to reach it across like that, just grab the ball from them. Like just grab the ball from them. And then they said, no, you can't do that either. The Bengals Steelers game. I haven't even been paying attention to that. Let's see. Bengals Steelers. Let's see what the score is. I know the Bengals give up. The Steelers only have 10 points on the board against the Bengals. That's crazy. But they're in the red zone, so. Flacco, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 12 for 21, 91 yards. T. Higgins, 28 yards. Jamar Chase, 2 catches, 14 yards. Not good enough. Aaron Rodgers, 116, 9 for 15. I'm just so confused why the Steelers only have 10 points on the board and they're going against the Bengals. If the Bengals manage to win this game, then they're back in it. Because that means that Joe Burrow is going to come back pretty soon. And they're going to be like 1 or 2 games out of first place. Which is nuts. Like, nuts. Okay. So, the Bengals right now are 3-6. The Steelers are 5-4. The Ravens are 4-5. So if the Bengals win today, they'd be tied with the Ravens unless they win today, which they'd be a game out. So either way, they'd be a game out of first place if they win today. Which is hilarious because people pretty much said their season is over. Both Steelers and Bengals are, yeah. The Browns, like, I always forget, like, what's that other team in that division? And it's like, oh, it's the Browns. And if the Browns didn't exist, then, like, honestly, I feel like that would be the team that would have more than the amount of wins that everybody in that division has. But they're getting free wins going against the Browns. And it's crazy. The Browns had the same amount of wins as us. We, like, given up, like, 4 or 5 games this year. Oh, of course they're going to overturn that. Like, come on, man. But, Jameis, why did you have to throw it on the ground like that? There's no reason to throw it on the ground like that. So, 3rd and 6 coming up. Giants have already converted on the 4th and 1. on a BS touch push kind of play. That is hilarious. So right around midfield, 3rd and 6. We already know if we get like 4th and 2 or shorter, we'll probably go for it again. So Jameis is in the gun. You got 3 wide receivers out there. You got 2 left. Hodgins to the right. Theo Johnson in the backfield. Singletary beside Jameis. Looks like they're pressing Wan'Dale in the slot. And they hand it off to Singletary, who's going to get submarine down, and he's going to be 2 yards short. So 4th and 3 coming up for the Giants. They're definitely going for it here on 4th down. I thought that was blocked pretty well, man. It's just, that was just a really good tackle from that Packers player. But 4th and 3 coming up for the Giants. Let's see if they come back in the zone. I mean, if they come back out in the gun. Back out in the gun, 3 wide receivers left. 2 tight ends and Wan'Dale left. Hodgins to the right. Winston protected. Winston steps up. Winston finds Hodgins for a 1st down. Wow. He had a wide open guy, but he made the more difficult throw to the sideline to Hodgins. Yeah, this line, man, like Micah Parsons has been like, remember that game where it was like supposed to be the game where Micah Parsons and Andrew Thomas were supposed to square off in that Cowboys game, and Andrew Thomas was like had the flu or something, and Micah like got him a couple of times, and like he was like, yeah, I know y'all were bragging about whoever this guy was at left tackle, and I dominated him. And like now, since this guy he doesn't have the flu, he's not doing anything. Andrew Thomas is literally almost like unstoppable at left tackle. Rudolph is out there. Oh, okay. Rodgers got hurt. Okay, I missed that earlier. So that's why. That's why they don't have more points on the board. Because Rodgers got hurt. Yeah, Rudolph is bad. He's bad, but like he's good, but he's bad at the same time. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers, Sean Tucker is killing the Bills today. All right, 2nd and 9 coming up. The Giants literally run the ball every single 1st down. When are we going to go away from that? I just don't understand why we continue every single 1st down we ran the ball. Like, can we do anything else? So now we're on the 2nd and 9. I understand you don't want to be on 2nd and long. You feel like if you run the ball, you'll at least get 3 yards. But, I mean, you got to do something else on 1st down. 2nd and 9 coming up. Manhurt's in the game, so you'd already know that it's a 90% chance a run is going to happen if you got Manhurt's in the game. Bellinger in at fullback. Wan'Dale and Hyatt in the game. Play action. Winston's got time. Winston has got Jalen Hyatt for a 1st down. That was the most wide receiver looking play I've ever seen Jalen Hyatt make in like 3 years. He actually was open downfield on like actually running the route. Let's see. Was it a dig? It was kind of just a stop route. Wow. All right, so 1st down Giants. Inside the 30-yard line. And we're going to run it again here on 1st and 10 because we do every single 1st down. There's Tracy cutting it outside. Tracy's going to pick up a nice 6 yards. Nice move at the end of that run. So it looks like he got 7 there. Looked like he was going to get about 4, and he just kind of stuck his foot in the ground, got upfield. That was a nice block by Bellinger. Second and 3 coming up for the Giants. Tracy back. Jameis under center. Hand off to Tracy. Tracy picks up the first down. So here on the 2nd and 3, you wonder if can we get a play action here on 1st and 10 now? Like, I would love to get a play action here on 1st down and just throw it into the end zone and get a touchdown, because we cannot run it every single 1st down. Like, every single 1st and 10, Kafka is running the ball. And it looks like he's going to do it again. So Manhurst and Bellinger out there. Isaiah Hodgins in at wide receiver. This is a heavy box to be running against. And they're running it. And Tracy is going to hit a guy 3 yards downfield and maybe pick up 4. I mean, I'm just kind of frustrated that we continue to do it. Like, we just continue to run the ball every 1st down. I know it's working, but it's just like the times where it doesn't work, it's like, yeah, they knew you were going to run it. Winston under center again. I formation. Wandale in motion to the left side. 3 tight ends in the game. Another handoff, and we're going to lose yards. Well, actually, Singletary spins the guy. Spins like 3 times and picks up a yard. And now Nixon and Manhurst getting into it. Now Nixon and Singletary getting into it. Man, look at Illuminor trying to pull on that play. That was crazy. I can't wait to watch that on all 22. Illuminor trying to pull all the way across the line like he did, and he just looks so slow and uncomfortable. 3rd and 6 coming up. Dump off to Singletary, who's going to be a half yard short. They're gonna give him. They made him way short. They made him way short of that. That's crazy. Let's see. Did he step out of bounds? Man, you got to give him a yard or a half yard short of the 1st down, not 3 yards. But whatever. We'll just stick with another bad spot. 4th and 3 today. Jameis going for it. Giants going for it 3 times this drive on 4th down. Jameis stepping up. Jameis moving around. Jameis has got to get rid of it, and he just takes the sack. Are you kidding me? Jameis Winston, of all people, doesn't throw that ball on 4th down. Jameis, of all people, doesn't throw that ball on 4th down. Hit the guy on the crosser. Hit the guy on the drag route coming across the. I know you're under pressure, but throw it somewhere. But that was a horrible spot, man. I don't know how Jameis couldn't hit that drag route. I just I don't get it. I just don't get it. All right, give me 1 second. So is this turning into another fail? Yeah, who knows? The Giants are, I don't know, maybe kick the field goal there, but I don't mind the aggression, but I really wish Jameis would have actually thrown the ball right there. Yeah, they definitely had to throw it more. Yeah, there's a clear balance of when you got to be aggressive and when when you take the field goal. I don't mind because who even knows that these guys can even kick these field goals? Who even knows that? With the way the wind is looking today, they obviously can't consistently kick these field goals. But I mean, like Jameis, he had a drag open. I'm not sure where he was. Let's see. Now they're replaying it because I saw Wandale open on a drag. Yeah, yeah, he missed it. He just missed it because he was looking at the running back. So it is what it is. There, handoff there to Manuel Wilson for 6 yards. Giants ran basically 10 minutes off the clock and got no points. All right, 2nd and 5 here. Giants give up 7 here. The game's over. But, it is what it is. So 2nd and 5 coming up. Packers in the gun. 3 wide receivers, 2 bunch left. Handoff here to Wilson again. Wilson's going to fall forward again. This will be a 4th and 2 coming up. So 3rd and 2, if the Giants can figure out how to get off the field here on 3rd and 2, then you're helping your coach out because he trusted in you. I'm sure a lot of people, basically, the team said that last week they wanted to go for it there on the goal line. They were in the red zone here. They tried to go for it. So help your coach out here. Help your coach out here. 3rd and 2 right here from the Giants. Love taking the shot. And Watson drops it. No flag because I was so confused. I was so convinced they were going to throw a flag there. And Nick Jones breaks it up. Oh my gosh. Thank you. They finally make a play there. That was a perfect throw from Jordan Love, and Nick Jones just made that as tough a catch as he could. Just as tough a catch as you could possibly make it. And I'm like, why not put Nick Jones out there, man? So here on the 4th and 2, they're going to punt it back to us. Because Corey Black isn't good. He tries hard, but he's not good. Packers kick a 60-yard punt there because the wind helps him out. And that's why Mike Kafka probably went for it, because we would have been kicking into that wind. So our 30-something yard field goal would have been really like a 50-yarder because that's how hard the wind was blowing. All right, here we go. Jameis back in the gun. We finally don't run it on 1st down. And Wandale catches that for a 5-yard gain. 5.5, 6 yards. Second and 4. So here we go. Giants offense at this point has been on the field for the majority of the last, 12 minutes? Real time, more like 20 minutes. So that Packers defense has got to be tired. They got to be tired. So mind you now, the Packers are going to be kicking against the wind. The Packers are going to be kicking against the wind in the 4th quarter. We're going to be kicking with the wind in the 4th quarter. And Flacco threw a pick six. Dang, yeah, that's it. Probably they're probably not coming back from that. 29 game Steelers, Bengals. Yeah, Steelers up 20-9. Buccaneers up on the Bills 26-24, but the Bills have the ball. Chargers are getting spanked 35-6. Oh my gosh. Justin Herbert is 10 for 18 for 81 yards and an interception. They haven't been able to do anything. They haven't been able to do anything at all. For my fantasy team's sake, hopefully he forces the ball to Gadsden for the rest of the game. Trevor Lawrence, 153, a touchdown, an interception. Tootin, a touchdown on 74 yards, 15 carries. Etienne, 2 touchdowns, 66 yards on 16 carries. Trevor Lawrence has a rushing touchdown. And I forgot, Jacoby Myers did get traded to the Jags. And they just do not get the ball to Brian Thomas Jr., who might be hurt. I don't know. Panthers trailing 21-19 on the Falcons. Falcons are only at 3 wins. I would have thought they had more. Texans up 10-6 on the Titans. So that's everything here. That's everything here for these early games. Wilson looks like he's wearing a bathrobe. Hey, he got the trench coat on. Davis Mills is the quarterback for the Texans. A touchdown, no interceptions. Yeah. Cam Ward is 15 for 122. No touchdowns, no interceptions. 10-yard carry. I lived in Cleveland during their 0-17 season. I want Baker to do well, and I'm listening. Yeah. Yeah, that was a rough time. Oh, my gosh. Winston gets 2 picks dropped today. Wow. So Winston hit Wan'Dale Robinson right in the gut. Oh, no, he hit him. It was an inaccurate pass for sure. And McDuffie broke up the pass. He broke up the interception. McDuffie broke up the interception. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Okay, so 3rd and 5 coming up for the Giants in the gun. Theo Johnson in motion. Winston is going to hit Tracy on the screen. Tracy's got space, and Parsons is running down Tracy, and we're going to get about 20 on that, it looks like. And I was right. We got 20. Nice design screen right there. Put Theo in motion. Brought Tracy across the formation. And Michael Parsons, man, hustling across the field. Tracy actually got Parsons off of him until he had some help coming. All right, Giants back at the 40-yard line. Wan'Dale in motion. Hand off to Singletary. Singletary up the middle. You got a surge. Picking up 5. That is crazy, though. That Packers linebacker broke up the interception. 2nd and 5 coming up. Winston under center. Another handoff to Tracy, who accelerated through the line, but some lucky Packers defender just grabbed him. And if they didn't, it looked like he was going to take that one for a long way. And that's Runyon pulling. And it looked like Tracy accelerated through and somebody grabbed his arm. And if not, he would have been gone. Because he accelerated pretty quickly right there. Here we go, 1st and 10. I formation, 2 wide receivers. play action. Jameis has got all day. Jameis is taking a shot. Jameis basically should have thrown an interception, and they get another drop. Wow. Hyatt had no, and that's actually not Jameis's fault if that would have gotten intercepted, because Hyatt stopped running. 2nd and 10 coming up now. And the gun. Hand off to Singletary. Singletary is going to pick up about 4. So this will make this a 3rd and 6. Right outside the 40. Giants may go run here next play too. And this will be a 3rd and 7 coming up. All right, 3rd and 7. Jameis in the gun. Packers sending a blitz. It's actually sending 4. Jameis getting rid of it. And Theo Johnson with a nice grab. The Giants are at the 30. Yeah, the line has been really good protecting Jameis. He's gotten sacked once, but that was on kind of like a hustle effort play by Michael Parsons. Other than that, he's been good. Barely gets hit. 1st and 10 coming up now. You know the run is coming for the Giants on a 1st and 10. And here's their run. And Tracy is going to make an initial person miss and pick up 2 more. So I'm guessing you're going to call this a 2nd and 8 coming up. All right, 2nd and 8 coming up. Jameis coming back out in the gun. Tracy back beside him. Wandale and Hodgins. Bellinger and Johnson. Nicely blocked play. And oh my gosh, Tracy had some space. Almost picked up the 1st down, but he's going to be about 2 yards short. This Packers defense is really good at swarming to the ball, because Tracy had a nice gap right there. Bellinger pulled, Runyon pulled, sealed off the linebacker. Tracy went right behind him. Third and 2 coming up. All right, 3rd and 2. Hand off to Tracy. Tracy upfield, and Tracy's going to pick up the 1st down after getting hit a yard short, spinning and picking up the 1st down. And now we got a flag down. And it was late. They're calling a hold. So now we'll go from a 1st down to a... I mean, are you kidding me? He didn't even have to grab him. Andrew Thomas held the Packers linebacker, but he didn't even need to grab him. He didn't need to grab him. All he had to do was just run into him. So here on 3rd and long, instead of a 1st and 10, we're on 3rd and 13 because of another penalty. Packers are probably going to dial up a blitz right here, make them make a quick decision. They're crowding the line of scrimmage. They're sending 5. And Theo Johnson is going to catch this and be a yard and a half short. So 4th and 2 coming up. We'll see. What are they going to do? Because again, do I trust our kicker to even kick this field goal? So the Giants are coming out here to go for it here on 4th and 2. Because again, do you trust your kicker to even make this field goal? All right. Winston. And that is Hodgins. Hodgins always clutch. Taking us down to, it looks like the 8-yard line. Man, Hodgins is so clutch, man. And this is a guy that, again, was on a practice squad. And then they're going to just release Hodgins after the season again. I just don't get it. Like, this guy is just never, like, he could have been helping a lot of teams by now. Here we go. Handoff here. Singletary's cutting back. Singletary's pushing. And now we got a flag. And it looks like that's against the Packers. Face mask. It'll be half distance to the goal, which will put us at the 4-yard line. All right, so Singletary got face mask for sure. And this guy's pretending like, oh, I didn't face mask. Like, we see you on 4K, bro. We see you. And Drew Brees says you think you just keep running the ball. So we'll see what the Giants do. This is probably the time where they'll pass the ball. Here on 1st and goal, 8 minutes left. How does Kafka manage this end of the game type of situation? The 4th quarter. All right, Singletary is going to get he's going to be an inch short of a first down, of a touchdown. He's going to be like 2 inches short of a touchdown. And Singletary, like, I mean, as close as you could possibly get. And they're going to say he's a little inside the 1. They're going to sneak it with Jameis, and he's going to get it in easily. Now, remember last week, I said I thought that the Giants should have snuck the ball from the half-yard line. You see how easy that is to sneak the ball in from the half-yard line? Now Jameis is out there dancing. Like, we could have snuck this ball in from the half-yard line last week. There's nothing that says otherwise. Like, we could have done that last week. Yeah, the Packers are 1 for 3. I don't know how. And Koo is going to give us the 1-point lead. Yeah, I just got kicked out of this thing. I was trying to switch screens on my computer, but I switched. Ended up making me go back, leaving the stream. But let me update the score here. The Giants are going to go up by 1 point here with 8 minutes left to go. 7:22 left to go. So, yeah, real conservative game plan, but, you know, you got your backup quarterback. Like, I really felt like that was like an easy sneak last week from the half-yard line. That was from the 1, and we easily got it in. So, you know, we know how it goes. How are the Giants going to find a way to give this game up after taking a lead in the 4th quarter? And if they are going to give the lead up, are they going to figure out a way to get it back? And how are things going to look different with Kafka in there now besides, you know, compared to Dable? All right. When Scat is healthy, Tracy patience plus his power will be a nightmare duo. That's what we were thinking, but Tracy was just like a nobody. He did nothing when he was out there early this year, and then Scatterboo just got hurt. So hopefully Tracy can play like his normal self, and those two together will be great. Steelers and Bengals. Yeah, that's AFC North football right there. A lot of fighting. Still same score though, 20-9. Buccaneers up 32-31 on the Bills. This is how quick these teams score. Last time I looked, it was 24-23 or something, or 24-25, something like that. Chargers still down 35-6. Falcons up still 21-19 on the Panthers. Titans finally got another field goal. All right, Giants kicking it off. And that's going to get in the end zone, and he'll kneel that, and they'll get it at the 35. And that's just more of what I was saying, is that it's clear the Giants are kicking in, like, away, like, you're kicking with the win. So that means that they are, I got confused. Yeah, they're kicking with the win. So that means that they should be able to kick longer field goals, but you also don't know if it's like diagonal also too. And I haven't seen Russ on the sideline at all today. They haven't put the camera on him once. So Jordan Love down by 1. He's got time. He's throwing it short. And the Giants are rallying. And they got like basically 9 yards on first down on a dump off. So Packers going into hurry up mode. Okay, they are getting in the huddle. But the line is not turned around in the huddle. They're looking forward. Here we go. 6:50 left. Under center. Jordan Love handoff. And, I mean, it's just so frustrating to watch this team play run defense. But they picked that up there. Fresh set of downs. But like I said, it's just so frustrating to watch this team and run defense. But the Packers are kicking against the wind right now. And look at the way that the goalpost is moving. Like, it's shaking. It's like, the wind is definitely swirling. Like, the stuff they say about the Meadowlands, like, it really is swirling winds right there. Look at Brian Burns. Oh, Roy Robertson Harris getting pressure on Jordan Love. And, I mean, okay, they're saying that's incomplete, but I'm like, the throws these quarterbacks make against us this year, like, there's a reason we have the hardest schedule in football. Like, there's a reason we have the hardest schedule in football, because these quarterbacks this year, the throws they've made while under pressure have been ridiculous. Like, last week, Caleb Williams under pressure should have been sacked like 4 or 5 times and made like 6 or 7 just amazing throws. Some were dropped, some were caught, but it's just nuts, man, the throws that these people are making against us. Under pressure, 2nd and 10 coming up. Love taking another deep shot. And Matthew Golden gets broken up. Dane Belton in coverage right there. Because I just dropped Matthew Golden in fantasy. So, I would have been pissed off if this game he caught both of these bombs that they tried for him. So against the cover 2, he's trying our safety there, but that time he wasn't open. All right, 3rd and 10 coming up. Giants pass rush should be able to tee off. 3rd and 10. All right. Jordan Love trying to move around. Jordan Love still going. Brian Burns with the pressure. Hey, my gosh. And of course, the guy just catches it with the hand in his face. Like, just, it's just like the stuff that just happens against us is ridiculous. Like, that makes no sense that he catches that. That just makes no sense that he catches that. Like, he just throws it up. Flight has a hand out there, and it just makes no difference. And a guy that hasn't caught a pass yet, that checks in the game because Dobbs is hurt, just catches that. On 3rd and 10. Always. And the Giants just bail on keeping contained on the outside, and they are... okay, that's coming back. I'm like, there's no way that this whole side of that line just collapses like that. So mind you, there's 4:57 left on the clock. And, you know, you don't want them to run too much time off the clock because the Giants haven't shown that they can make big plays today. So who knows if they can get in the field goal range. So you don't want to leave like a minute on the clock. So the Packers are going back to the 30 here. 1st and 20 coming up. Empty set here for Jordan Love. And got a guy. And that's Dobbs, who's going to get all the yards back here on 1st down. Second and 8 coming up. Packers back inside the 20-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up from the 18. Giants defense panicking. Oh my gosh, now they burn the timeout because they can't line up right. And that's the Packers. Okay, 4:07 here. I'm just concerned about them running too much time off the clock because I just don't believe that we could get into field goal range that quick. Yeah, what did J.J. McCarthy do today? Because I'm not... like, J.J. McCarthy's had a good game. He's had, like, an okay game, and he's had some horrible games. But, I mean, he's not that far into, like, him playing. Like, what does he play? Like, 7 games? 10 for 24, 74 yards, 2 interceptions. Not good, but, I mean, I'm not a J.J. McCarthy fan. I didn't want to take him, but I'm not ready to say that he's just like a complete bust yet. But, I mean, I am glad we didn't take him because I would much rather have Dart. Jalen Ramsey punches Jamar Chase and gets ejected. As he should. As he should. So, yeah, I mean, we got to at the very least hold them out of the end zone because I think us scoring a scoring a touchdown, I think that ends the game because I just don't have faith that we'll do that with our like 3-yard, 4-yard, 3-yard, 4-yard offense. I just don't think we'll do that. So if we can force a field goal and, you know, they can miss the field goal or they make the field goal and we can get it down into like the, 20-yard and in, maybe we can kick that because Koo has made his extra points. Besides, the one they took off because there was a 15-yard penalty. That was so... Vikings fans are the worst, man. Vikings fans literally were saying, oh, we're going to trade J.J. McCarthy for Dexter Lawrence and a first-round pick. I'm like, what are you talking about? They said Dexter Lawrence and 2 first-round picks or something like that. I'm like, why would we give you, if you're trading us J.J. McCarthy, you're giving us the first-round picks. Like, Dex isn't going for, like, we're not giving up a first-round pick and Dexter Lawrence for J.J. McCarthy. 2nd and 7 coming up. Jordan Love bobbles the snap. Jordan Love takes a shot. And, of course, this dude catches the ball, man. Like, they've made the most ridiculous plays today. Like, contested catches, like, falling away throws. Like, why do we have to play the whole NFC North back to back to back? This is nuts, man. Like, and of course they're going for 2 because why not? Because they have to go for 2. All right, watch out for the picks here on 3rd down. Watch out for the picks here on this 2-point conversion. This is a crucial 2-point conversion. If we can stop this. Oh my gosh, why can't y'all break up these passes? You keep getting so close to breaking the passes up. I'm so disgusted. I guarantee you the Giants are going to go down the field and miss the extra point. The Giants will drive the length of the field. They will drive the length of the field, and they will miss the extra point after they score a touchdown. %, the Giants are going to score a touchdown and then they're going to miss the extra point. Like 100%. 100%. They're going to drive the length of the field and they're going to miss the extra point. Yeah, it happens every 4th quarter, and it's just like, I mean, like, I'm not surprised. That's what happens when you have a bad defense the way we do. Like it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Who was my least like head coach out of the most recent ones? So are you saying all the recent ones since Coughlin or between Judge and Dable? Because it was between Judge and Dable. I mean, I kind of actually like both of these coaches as like people. Like I kind of like Judge. I kind of felt like people gave him a bad rep, but neither one of these guys were good coaches. If you ask me, like, since Coughlin, I'm going to say the guy I disliked the most was McAdoo. I did not like McAdoo. And I'm sure we all don't like McAdoo because he benched Eli, but even before that, I just didn't like McAdoo. Like, the slicking his hair back all of a sudden, the huge suits was just weird. All right, so the Giants will get this at the 35. 4 minutes left to go with 3 timeouts. So we can run our BS, 3 yards in the cloud of dust offense to get into the end zone. I'm just concerned about us making the extra point. All right. 4:02 left to go. Jameis back there, empty set. Jameis hits Wan'Dale for 4.5 yards. They're going to give him. Giants real conservative pass style today. A lot of short passes has been working. They're going to give him 5 there for that first down throw. Jameis dropping back again. And perfect break on the ball by that Packers defender. Wan'Dale just can't catch it. Yeah, no, that was just a bad throw by Jameis. Just threw it too far left. 3rd and 5 coming up. All right. Still in the gun. Look how loud the crowd is, man. Like, look how loud this crowd is in Giant Stadium while we're trying to drive the score. Jameis Winston with a dot to Theo on the sideline. That was a beautiful throw and catch. Man, y'all got to stop playing with Theo Johnson. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with Theo. All right, 3:27 left. Giants back in the gun, first down. Draw play. Tracy keeping his feet moving. Tracy dragging Packers, Giants pushing them forward. And Tracy's going to go down at the 31.5-yard line. Jameis Winston went and pushed the pile, man. We don't need you pushing the pile because we don't need Russ in the game. We don't need Russ in the game, man. Please don't do that to us. Here we go. Play action. Winston stepping up. Winston dumps it off to Tracy. Tracy almost dropped the football. I was about to lose my mind. 2nd and 3 coming up. And we're going to go down probably to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, he was down, but it's like, come on, man. We don't need another play run before this 2-minute warning. 7, 6, 5. Don't snap this. Please don't snap this. Oh, my gosh. What in the world was that? What was that? Jameis Winston got the ball, fake nailed it, and threw it to Hodgins, and it just got broken up. But what was the fake kneel? Like, who was gonna fall for you fake kneeling the ball in that situation? Like, what was he doing? What were you faking? Nobody thought that you were gonna just take a knee. And I got to update the score. Let's see. Like, I'm just trying to figure out why this dude is kneeling. Why he... Yeah, I didn't understand that, to tell you the truth. But it still should have been caught, man. That was an accurate pass. I couldn't tell if it looked like it just got broken up. So Oh yeah, no, it's one thing if you're faking throwing it, but he fake nailed it. Like he did the play action and then he got back and then he acted like he was taking a knee and then he threw it. I've just never seen that before. All right, can we get out of commercial break, man? What are we doing? This is the 2 minute warning. Like we don't need all of this. And Gainwell just put the nail in the coffin of the Bengals. That the Steelers just went up 27-9 on the Bengals. Yeah, the Packers defense has been on the field pretty much the entire second half. Third and 3 coming up. Handoff. Singletary keeps the feet moving. Yeah, the Packers defense is tired. They've been on the field, like I said, the entire second half, pretty much. Still in the game. Packers looking like they're going cover 1, cover 3 maybe. Cover 1. Okay. Packers going cover 1. Winston taking a shot. Wan'Dale Robinson couldn't come down with it. Nice ball from Winston to not put it in harm's way. But he was covered pretty well. Yeah, that was just a really good play by Bullard from the Packers. Here we go, 2nd and 10. 1:17 left in the game. Giants got to get in the end zone, so this isn't the time to relax. Another handoff, Singletary inside the 15. 109 left, 108, 107, 106, 105. Third down coming up for the Giants. With a minute left in the game right now, 3rd and 6. Mike Kafka is sitting on these timeouts, man. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Giants. And Jalen Hyatt runs the wrong route. Oh my gosh, man. Can somebody tell me why Isaiah Hodgins sat jobless? Isaiah Hodgins sat jobless for weeks, for months, while Jalen Hyatt stops on a corner route. Why did he stop on the corner route? Are you kidding me? Why did he stop? And the first interception that Jameis throws is because Jalen Hyatt shouldn't be in the NFL. 27-20, 36 seconds left. Giants got to get 3 stops, use their 3 timeouts, 31 seconds left. Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, Hyatt's got some serious issues, man. The dude just stops. Like, are you kidding me? $31 seconds left. 2nd and 8 coming up. All right. So this will be a 3rd and what? 3 coming up. Like, he should be cut. Like, if Kafka wants to make a statement, then Hyatt should be cut. Like, if I'm Kafka, like, I'm running into Joe Shane's office right now saying, like, we're done with this dude. Cut him. Like, get him out of here. Like, Joe Shane just will not get rid of Hyatt. Like, he's just so convinced that he's gonna make this pick work. He's just gonna make this pick work. 3rd and 3 for the Packers here. 26 seconds left. 1 timeout for the Giants. I knew it. Jordan Love is gonna keep this ball and he's gonna slide, and the Giants will take a timeout. 20 seconds left. All right, 20 seconds left. So we're going to be in some Hail Mary situations. The announcers are talking if we sell out, do we sell out to block this punt right here? My thing is this, right? Like, if we sell out to block the punt, then we can't really return it. I think it's probably a bigger issue for them if we're returning this for a touchdown than getting it blocked for a touchdown. I doubt we're going to block this for a touchdown. I just don't see that. Let's see. And they don't block it, of course. And Olszewski's going to take this inside the 20. And we're going to get this ball at the 35. 10 seconds left. The game's basically over. Luckily, Jameis is going to... he has a nice arm, but the game's over. Like, he's probably going to throw his 2nd interception, but I can't honestly say James played too bad today. And Hyatt is still in the game. Hyatt is still in the game, man. Like, really? Packers rush 3. Mike and Andrew Thomas fighting it out. And that's game. Michael Parsons. Yeah, man. I'm not surprised. One thing about Andrew Thomas is after he gets his initial block off, he just watches. One thing about Andrew Thomas is, like, after he runs the guy around the corner, he gives up. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this post game, and let's see. I don't even really know what my takeaways for this is. What's going on YouTube, Diggy546? I really don't know what my takeaway for this game would be. Now, this man Jameis right here, he had a Jameis type of game. I won't lie to you. It wasn't a normal type of Jameis game, but He had 2 interceptions that were dropped. And usually in the games that he wins, it's because, he had 2 interceptions or 3 interceptions that were dropped. And he probably did have 3 because he had one that was clear dropped, another one was caught, and his own linebacker came and crashed into him and broke up the pass. And then the third was on that deep route to Hyatt where he just dropped it. The defender just dropped the interception. And then, of course, the fourth one is on a route that Hyatt should be in a place that he's not, and runs the wrong route. Jalen Hyatt does. Where he didn't run the wrong route. He gave up on the route. And even on that other thing that was an interception where it was Hyatt basically down the seam, Hyatt just stopped running. So, I mean, how many times does Hyatt have to lay out his quarterback to dry? How many times does Hyatt have to lay out his quarterback to dry before we say enough? How many times does Hyatt have to stop on routes, run the wrong routes, drop passes, not get open the entire game and just do cardio out? How many times does Hyatt have to do this stuff before we say, okay, maybe it's not working out. Maybe Jalen Hyatt is not a good player. Maybe Joe Schoen, you made a wrong pick. I don't know. Maybe Joe Schoen, maybe you made the wrong pick. Maybe the fact that you and Brian Dable wanted to take him in the second round was idiotic. Jalen Hyatt cannot play football in the NFL. He can't. He can't. I saw him on a stop route about 15 yards downfield, and I was like, that was the best wide receiver play I've seen him make, in his career. And that was just a stop route. So it's when are we going to say, Hyatt is no more? We literally listen, we got Hodgins, which I was excited about, and I'll talk about that. But Lil Jordan Humphrey walked to the Broncos. He just walked back to the Broncos because Jalen Hyatt is on this roster. Why is Jalen Hyatt on? Most of the time, he was inactive this year. Then once he started getting jerseys because everybody got hurt, he just doesn't do anything. And we just continue to give this guy opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And when is it enough going to be enough? I just don't get it. So, if you all can't tell, as I'm just kind of ranting, Jalen Hyatt, at the end of the game, as the Giants offense drives all the way downfield and is there to try to score a touchdown, either tie the game or go for 2 and win it, you got Jalen Hyatt on a corner route. Jameis trusts him because, he's a quarterback. Why not trust your guys? And Jalen Hyatt stops on the corner route. It gets intercepted and, game over. What can I say? Mike Kafka today, I'll say, he pretty much coached his game similarly to Dable as far as the game plan, as far as we're going to run the ball. We're going to kind of play 4 yards in a cloud of dust. But this is with your backup quarterback, so I'm not too upset about that. We should have won doing that. I can't say Mike Kafka coached a bad game today. One thing that I'm noticing, that I noticed already with Kafka, is that we run the ball almost every first down. And it's just predictable. So we probably got to stop doing that. I want to pull up the numbers on the run game today because I think we did actually have a nice yards per carry at the end of the day probably. Let's see. Tracy, 88 yards. Singletary, 44 yards. Singletary averaged 2.8 yards a carry, but he got 16 carries. Kept at it. So the Giants today ran for 142 yards. Packers ran for 128, but they had 88 in the first quarter. So we pretty much nipped that in the bud after the first quarter. But also, Josh Jacobs was hurt. 2 sacks given up, both by Micah Parsons. It's kind of a debate if it's on Andrew Thomas or not because Andrew Thomas on both plays blocked him around the corner. And, Andrew Thomas just kind of starts to casually walk around after he blocks a guy and he's gone around the corner. It's after a while, he's just kind of gives up on the play. He's not going to fight a guy the whole play while the quarterback's running around. He just doesn't do that. Or maybe he thought that, Jameis will be able to get the ball off in time at the end of that game. But that's something I'm noticing. Andrew Thomas won't fight through the whole play. What else am I missing? Hodgins, the leading receiver today. What big wow. I'm so surprised. Isaiah Hodgins, basically Daniel Jones' favorite receiver in 2022, is basically the favorite receiver. We just throw him away for no reason. Stop throwing him the ball, iced him out of the offense, and he's on a practice squad this whole year. And meanwhile, people like Hyatt have jobs. People like Hyatt are out there just running around, doing whatever. And Hodgins, nowhere to be found, not getting any passes. Today, six targets, 5 catches, 57 yards. Had a ball game for me. Had a nice game. Tracy had 50 yards receiving. So I wouldn't say that any player necessarily annoyed me besides Jalen Hyatt. The defense is horrible. Shane Bowen. Hopefully after this week, we got our sea legs underneath us. We understand what it's like to be a head coach now, Mike Kafka. Now it's time to talk to Shane Bowen, take him in the room, and say, listen, man, it's time to go. Like, I hate to do it, man. I hate to do it. But Shane Bowen, he has been doing a terrible job with this defense. In the second half, especially, this defense, they just collapse completely every time. The pass rush disappears. So is it, and that could be a Dable conditioning issue. So they disappear in the second half usually. But Bowen is just not able to get off the field in the second half. If I look at the scoreboard here, let me see. If I look at the scoreboard here, 0 points in the first quarter, 13 in the second quarter, 6 in the third, 8 in the, every time they needed points in the second half, they got it. They missed some extra points. We were basically, and you can't say it is because the offense wasn't doing anything. They were tired. Let me look at time of possession because I'm pretty sure we dominated it. The Giants had 35 minutes time of possession. The Packers had 24. We held the ball for 10 minutes more than them. But our defense continued to give up these 4-minute drives where they just go right down the field, score a touchdown. What are we doing? What are we doing? So maybe this is the thing that makes us move on from Shane Bowen. Maybe not. But until we move on from Shane Bowen and this defense, the same thing is going to continue to happen. The same thing is going to continue to happen over and over and over again. Every week. Every week is going to continue to happen. And I see somebody in my stream saying, now I got to see a corny McKinney tweet. Yeah, Xavier McKinney is 100% going to tweet out something really weird. We're not going to understand. It's going to be so wrapped up in mystery, but he's going to definitely say something. I mean, listen, it is what it is. The Packers, they made some big plays. They made some nice contested catches against Deonte Banks and Corey Black. But I can't really say what I'm mad about because, it's obviously the same thing. We gave up another fourth quarter lead. This was only a 1-point fourth quarter lead, but a fourth quarter lead nonetheless. And getting Jackson Dart back next week should be good. We'll see how this offense looks next week. I think they look pretty decent today with Jameis Winston in it. So with Jackson Dart back next week, going against what I think is a better team, we'll see how they look. So what are we now? 2 and a million? I don't even keep track of the loss. 2 and a million now, not making the playoffs. Kafka's got 6 more games, I think. Maybe 5 or 6 more games to prove himself. You got to get wins. Listen, you can. The offense can be humming all you want, but you got to get wins. And unless he gets wins, he's not keeping his job as head coach. So he's got to get wins. That's really all I got. Nothing crazy from this game. Dex stood out. Burns got his 12th sack. But other than that, man, what are we doing with Shane Bowen here? What are we doing with Shane Bowen? Dex started lining up over the center today. Well, he's been doing it all year, in spots. But today, when he lined up over the center specifically, he completely dog-walked him back into the quarterback's lap. And we just continued to say, let's put him at 3-tech. Let's put him at 3-tech. Let's put him at 2. Let's put him at 3. Let's put him at 1. Let's put him everywhere but nose tackle, where he was just literally walking the guy back into the quarterback. The best game I've seen from Dex in a while today. And we didn't want to maximize that. So like, can we do something there? But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. Not really sad about this. Didn't expect to win this game, but is what it is, people. Another week, another game that we could have won. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. New York Giants football. All right. So let's see what we got here. Packers fan here. Y'all had this all game. No cap. Our D and our O-line sucks. Listen, the Giants are like the best, worst team you'll play this season. Like, this is a team that makes all the mistakes that it needs to make to lose games. But as far as like on a down and down out basis, they're actually pretty solid of a team. So don't feel too bad. Like, you're going against Brian Burns, you're going against Dexter Lawrence, you're going against Abdul Carter. So the line is the line is getting tested. But as far as our defense, they're horrible. The defense, the secondary is horrible, is what I'll say. Yeah, that interception was Hyatt's fault for sure. One game, man. If I had to rate Kafka today, just as a head coach, I'd say I give him a C. I think he did everything that you would expect a head coach to do in this situation. Did he give us? I think he came out with a pretty solid game plan because we did move the ball pretty well. We got 35 minutes of possession, but you never know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, if he comes out with a different game plan and we take more deep shots, I think Jameis probably turns the ball over a lot today because he was ready to do it. But if you're coming out with this type of offense, you expect your defense to do something. And I know Kafka is the head coach now. He's responsible for the defense too. But it's like, what are we doing on defense, man? What are we doing there? Like, what are we doing on defense? Why are we, at most, we're sending a 5-man blitz and it looks the same every time. We're never sending any corners. We're never sending any safeties. We're never doing anything exotic. We're never disguising anything. Did you see Hafley against us? He crowded the line of scrimmage with like 7 guys, 8 people in the box, dropped a lot of them back, kept some of them there. It's like, where's the creativity, man? What are we doing? Like, how are these players being made better because Bowen is out there? Isn't coaching supposed to make people better? That's what I thought. So yeah, I mean, like, they're always going to find a way to lose these games as long as Shane Bowen is involved with this team. Like, I'm not surprised. And like, yes, Dable, I think a lot of these issues are still a result of Brian Dable's culture. Like, the team not being in shape on defense. Guys are sucking wind in the fourth quarter all the time. The team is making mistakes at all the worst times, and you don't get rid of that culture in a week. Like, it's kind of not fair to Kafka because he's got not only is he taking over things like, game plan, all the things that the head coach would normally do at the head coach level. He also has to decondition this team to a way of thinking. And this is the same year. This isn't a new year with a new team where he can like start in the offseason and build buy-in and build camaraderie. No, this is the exact same team that played last week. So he has to fight an uphill battle right there. That's why, like, when an interim coach wins a bunch of games, they usually get the job because it's like you had to completely flip a culture in the middle of a season with the exact same roster that was stinking up the place. The biggest needs, I would say the biggest needs first, if you ask me, is linebacker. We need a run and hit linebacker that can actually fill gaps. We need linebackers that can fill gaps instead of linebackers that stand behind the defensive line, get pushed, and then just arm tackle guys 5, 6, 7, 8 yards downfield. We need a safety that can. We got Holland. He's solid. He's a solid guy. He's a good player. He's not a Pro Bowler. He's a good player, though. We need somebody beside him that can cover. We need somebody beside him that can make plays in the run game when they run to his side. We need. I'm not worried about Abdul Carter having one tackle because he got some good pressure today. Got to get a sack, but Jordan Love was literally fading away as Abdul Carter was sacking him, throwing the ball like 30 yards downfield on a rope. So I mean, I'm not mad about Abdul Carter today. I think the last 2 weeks before this he was pretty quiet, but of course you do want to see him get on the board. I'd be interested to see what Kafka's post game pressure is. I'd be interested to see what he says there, because this will be his first one. But I mean, it'll probably be more of the same. We got to look at the tape. I mean, what do y'all expect these coaches to say? Like the media always gets so mad. People always get so angry about what these coaches say after losses is that we have to do better. It's on me. We got to look at that. What do you think they're going to say? Do you think they're going to say, oh, my players showed up and played horrible today? They stink. They want him to say they stink. I shouldn't be coaching in the NFL. Like, what do you think they're going to say? The same thing that every coach says when they lose. You're not upset that he's saying, these things after the game and he needs to say something else. You're upset because they're losing. Because what else is he going to say? Like, what else is the guy going to say in that situation? I don't get it. Yeah, and something I'm learning about Andrew Thomas again is like literally this guy blocks people around the line. And once he gets to a certain time, he literally just starts like slowly walking around and just lets his quarterback get destroyed. Like he just doesn't care. Like he just starts just casually walking around. And it's like, if you don't get rid of it now, I mean, it's not my issue. It's like your quarterback just getting wrecked out there and you're like, oh, it's not my issue, man. I already did my job. But yeah, man, it's more of the same. It's more of the same. No surprises this week. I'm excited to see what things look like with Dart. That's really the energy for the entire franchise right now. The fan base, the franchise is Jackson Dart. And we're going to be as excited for Jackson Dart coming out here and playing. We're going to be as excited for the Giants as we are for Jackson Dart, if that makes sense. Where Jackson Dart goes is where the Giants fan base is going to go. So when he comes back next week and he puts up another 3 touchdowns, that's going to be exciting to watch. It just is a matter of if that's going to count for anything. Is it going to get him a win? Or is it going to be more of the same where the offense looks like they played pretty well? Today they played pretty well. They held the ball for so long. How many points do you expect them to put up? Like, you can't get, like, how many stops? Because the Packers scored so little in the second half. Because, like, when I went back to look at this when I was making my post-game video, I was like, oh, wow, they didn't put up as much as I thought in the second half. But you know why? Because the Giants had the ball the whole second half. So let's look at the plays by quarter. Because I want to look at how many drives they had. So in the third quarter, the Packers get the ball, go right down the field, right? Score a touchdown. Then the Giants hold the ball the entire third quarter after that. Basically, the entire third quarter, the Packers run, they go 3 and out. So they force, the defense forces 1 3 and out in the third quarter. 1 3 and out, 1 touchdown. So on 2 possessions, the defense forced 1 3 and out. And then the Giants get the ball back in the fourth quarter and hold the ball for from 15 minutes, from actually a couple minutes in the third quarter, to scoring a touchdown, and there's 7 minutes and 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So that means your defense has been on the sideline for like 15, 20 minutes almost. Then the Packers get the ball back. They go right down the field, score a touchdown, 2-point conversion. So you force 1 3-and-out in the second half. You've given up 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. And then at that point, it's over. So like basically, out of the 3 drives that the Packers got in the second half, 2 were touchdowns. And you gave it a 2-point conversion. I don't think you're going to hear anything about that. They're not going to answer that question. Maybe they will, but Hyatt was 100% supposed to run that corner route. 100%. Because that's not a route. Like what he ran is not, like, you don't just start to run a corner route and then just stop there and then just turn around and look at the quarterback like while you're just like speed walking. That's not even a route. So he should not have even been out there. Like they should have stopped this experiment a long time ago. They should have, like, there's no way that you can say, like, oh, this guy should be out there playing for us. Like, there's no way. Most of the people that you sign off of practice squads, off of the street, are going to be more complete receivers than Jalin Hyatt. He, at one point, was so fast that, like, he's going to get behind the defense every time. Now he's put on weight, and he's not even as fast as he was. And he can't run routes. And he gives up on routes. So it's like one thing if you can't even run routes that well, but now you're giving up on the routes. It's just frustrating with this dude. But that's what I'm saying. What do you expect these coaches to say? Like, do you think they're going to say, like, oh, he's like, that's what they have to do. They have to go look at the tape. That's literally what Kyle Shanahan says after he loses games. That's what all the coaches that Giants fans say they wish they had. They all say that's what coaches say. So I don't understand why people are always like keying in on the post game interviews to say, like, what do you want them to say? You want them to say all my players stink, and I shouldn't have played. I shouldn't have even put on my shoes and shirt today because all my players stink. I mean, that's all they can say is I have to look at the tape, because especially when they're asking what happened on this play, I have to look at the tape. I don't know what happened on that. Like, I saw it on the field, but you can't tell what really happened unless you were on the field. But even then, you can't really tell what happened until you look at the tape. But I mean, there's just a lot of issues on this roster, and part of me wanted to keep Kafka here as the head coach, but part of me really wants us to continue to lose games. I don't want to lose games, but part of it gives me like solace that if we continue to lose games like this, they're still evaluating Joe Schoen, is what I'm hearing, and they'll get this guy out of here. Because look at how he's built this team, and I got this person outside like blasting music and like a whatever. Anyway, it's really difficult to I lost my train of thought because that idiot outside. Yeah, like basically our roster has a ton of issues. Like the roster has a ton of issues. No linebackers. Bobby Okereke is cooked. Like after like a year and a half of good football, he's cooked. Michael McFadden's gone. Who knows what he's going to be when he comes back? He should be fine, but who knows? Cornerbacks, no cornerbacks to speak of. No cornerback depth at all. You got a 7th round corner that we drafted and didn't even think should have made our roster. Then got claimed by another team, didn't want to stay here, and then we pick him up off of their practice squad. He's starting for us because one cornerback got hurt. Because one corner got hurt, Corey Black is starting. Like you get what I'm saying. Deonte Banks goes out there and plays, and like people feel like we had a fourth cornerback in there, and you just continue to just not address that spot. Take a 7th-round flyer on it, and then you got Drew Phillips out there who's supposed to be this dynamic slot corner who cannot cover. He can't cover. Can't cover. Newbin again, waste of a pick. Can't cover. Makes horrible angles at tackling, and part of why you didn't see some of these huge runs is because Newbin wasn't in the game. Just a lot of bad things that Shane has done that we're just going to just continue to push past. And, you know, it is what it is. So hopefully we can get this guy out of here. So, yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this up, get this video uploaded. And we'll check in soon. We will talk about this train wreck that we continue to watch year after year after year. Hopefully this is the last one, because I think with Dart and Malik and Cam and some new pieces added next year, I think that this team is just going to be too good. No matter who the coach is, as long as they're not completely like incompetent, I think they're going to be so good that we're going to be pushing for a playoff spot next year. Next year we play, I think, the AFC South. So, you know, those games should be a little bit easier. And, you know, it's a little bit easier of a schedule. Also, we'll have a fourth place schedule on top of that. So I think things will get easier schedule-wise. We literally have played this year Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, all these freaks at quarterback, Jordan Love, all these guys. We played all of them, pretty much all of them. And they have just made the most ridiculous plays under pressure, falling away consistently. So next year we'll get a little bit of a break, and we're going to have our guys healthier. Knock on wood, that they'll be healthier, and hopefully we can make some noise next year. But yeah, hopefully this is the last year we're doing this. I'm gonna get out of here and get this post game uploaded. You all have a great rest of your Sunday.